smashing him down. It's a double kill for Jim.
Oh my God,
Jim!
Jim!
Pretty good. It's gonna be a triple kill. Jim comes on fire. Jim comes on fire.
He had the right angle, but couldn't land the shot. The dart goes to 2-piece. Oh my God! Oh no! He was down to 1 second on the clock.
Já pegou bala na cara do Master. O Omairinho vai tentando fazer o primeiro. Da estátua vai tentar o tiro porrada e bomba! Vem! Clutch muito difícil de vencer, mas...
Square on the body that you hit. He no-scope for Apollo right there. He no-scope.
Termina eliminando a Jack. Igual queda solamente vivo por parte de repente. Consigue la primera baja en este round. Se da cuenta que no
All right, everybody, welcome back for another week of Mobile Mayhem. I am, of course, Day. My camera is freaking out, so I'm restarting the software right now, guys, but you guys can already see the ever lovely and amazing Verdict, who is going to buy a house for me in Florida.
There you go. That's right. He's going to be moving in with me. We're going to be bunkering up here and making some content, you know, making some money moves.
Yeah,
We live in Florida, where the tax rate is a lot better than anywhere else for streamers. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a great move, and I think that tonight we're gonna have a phenomenal one. So, as a matter of fact, I think we're gonna start off with a pretty big matchup that might have big implications down the road.
Yeah, definitely think we've got a lot of really fantastic matchups for tonight. In fact, while I'm fixing my camera issue over here, we'll actually go ahead and throw up the schedule for you guys real quick. I think this might be one of the more exciting weeks we've had so far of Mobile Mayhem. And, you know, with the matches of the day on the board, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. 11T versus Goofy Goobers to start thing off. And I think there's potential for game 2. Verdict, Midnight Gaming versus Zygnus. We've seen Zygnus be in a little bit of a slump. They surely weren't on Tuesday, but, you know, we got to see some consistency out of them. Midnight Gaming, on the other hand, is a team that has a bunch of Slayers that has potential that we haven't seen a whole lot out of, but maybe today will be their day. For Game 3, we're going to be looking at Storm versus Yo Mama. And while I think Yo Mama definitely has an advantage there, that could be a solid matchup. We've obviously seen Storm have some pretty good performances. And to round things out, we've got Seminole versus Status Quo and Verdict. With those matchups ahead of us, what do you think your key two to look out for are?
The key two are definitely going to be the one we start off with, Goofy Goobers and Team 11. Both teams started the season off strong. Right now, we're looking at a Goofy Goobers team who I'm not saying are on the come up, but they did pick up a massive a player in solo. So we're definitely going to be looking at that one. And then like the highlight matchup of the night, other than this one, this is going to definitely be one of the more competitive ones. We're going to be looking at Storm and Yo Mama. I know Yo Mama probably a shoe-in for this one, but Storm are right on the outskirts of a top 6 finish. Is that right? They're looking for a playoff berth, or have they confirmed, or are they close? If I'm guessing here, and I'm reaching, I caught some of Tuesday's broadcast. I didn't catch it all, but I think this team is yearning for a playoff berth, and if they can pick up one map here, that could be huge down the road.
Well, we don't have all of our players readied up, so I went ahead and I threw up the standings for you guys. In first place, we have Yo Mama with 115. In second place, does look like we've got Zygnus with 95. Third, going to be Explicit with 90. Fourth, going to be Seminole coming through with 80. Fifth, Goofy Goobers with 70. And on this first half here, obviously the two main spots we're going to be looking at is that 1 and 2 spot, which are going to give you a bye in the first round of the playoffs. You will not have to participate in the quarterfinals, and that's just one less opportunity for you to get knocked out. As we look on to the other half of the standings, you've got Storm, who are currently in 6th place. They're above 11T with 65, where 11T have 60. So this 11T versus Goofy Goobers match is important for all 3 of those teams, because Goofy Goobers in 5th place only sitting 5 above Storm, only sitting 10 above 11T. And from there, it does drop off kind of heavily, getting to number 8 with Midnight Gaming at 30, number 9 with Shred It tied at 30, and then that 10 spot, formerly Team Revenge, now disbanded and rebranded as Status Quo. So definitely some good teams in the mix, and a lot of teams there at the bottom fighting to get their way in, and a lot of teams at the top fighting for one of those 2 spots to get that bye on the first week of playoffs. Do have my camera all sorted out now. Fantastic. I was hoping that was going to load in now. And well, Verdict, looking at our first matchup, 11T versus Goofy Goobers. Do you have any sort of predictions that you have?
Predictions? No, I can't really make an assessment. I do know that Goofy Goobers are going to look solid. Solo was a great addition. The rotation looks pretty stout. As a matter of fact, starting things off the Hackney Yard hardpoints certainly kind of tell us how this matchup's going to go, because we all know that takeoff or search and destroy for 11E this season hasn't been a strong point. So if 11E can find a game 1 win, we might see a third game. If they don't win this hardpoint Hackney Yard, I'm gonna be honest with you, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be 2-0. It's got to start crisp here for 11E. They can't afford to go down and risk their lot in second game win when they haven't been very consistent in search and destroy. So I'm not saying they're a bad search and destroy team. It just hasn't been their most consistent. So if they can't slay out here early on, might be looking at a 2-0. And if I'm not mistaken, you said the point spread, they're 7th?
For 11T is 7th, yeah, with 60 points. They're behind Storm, who have 65, and 60 points for 11T, 65 for Storm, and 70 for Goofy Goobers.
This is a massive game for 11T. They have to start this series off strong.
Well, speaking of starting off this series strong, we are getting on into our first match right now. Why is this not working? My OBS, hopefully it didn't crash. We are a couple seconds behind, guys, but my computer just started freaking the crap out. Does look like...
No, that's what you get for opening up Yu-Gi-Oh! While we're playing Warzone,
that was
homie.
Earlier, bro.
Look, I don't care. Right now, we're looking at a solid P1 rotation here for the side of a Goofy Goobers. We're not trying to overextend. As a matter of fact, Blur might be in like a questionable spot for me. I'm looking at him. He's trying to play that perimeter control, but he's kind of playing with the spawns as well. He does get taken down, but you can already see a little bit of damage there. Does spawn right next to a tire shop, so a solid P1. Already anchoring in for a solid P2 as 20 seconds remaining in P1. Wedo looking for the rotation. Raven's going to get taken down. Solo down low is going to help out. Does find another. And we're looking at a massive P1 followed up by a, looks like a great spawn. Hello? Question mark. I don't know why Band spawned all the way out in Narnia, but sure enough, he does get taken down and is right here for P2.
That's just Hackney Yard for you, and Pepe coming through for 11 there, picks up 1 before getting taken down by Solo, who is trying to hold spawns for the team as much as possible, but 11 are swarming him over there. Surely he's going to fall. Yep, Raven picks that one up, and now Pallone looking to climb on in, takes a couple shots, aiming to pre-fire here. Blur going to get taken down by Raven, who's been one of the key factors for 11 for a little bit now, and you know, the pickup of Pepe, a stage 5 competitor that was able to go pretty toe-to-toe with Tribe, the team that ended up winning. They obviously, ARP took 2nd place, so you know the talent that Pepe brings to the table. And, man, a retake comes through once again for the side of Goofy Goobers here. I keep wanting to say explicit because Solo. Like, I see Solo and I'm like, oh, this is explicit, and it's not.
Yeah, I mean, when I think explicit, I thought Solo too, but sure enough, Goofy Goobers pick up a massive talent. They lose a massive talent too, so Jesus for Solo, where we start to see CDL vibes, players trading back and forth, and you know, these guys want to make sure they get the right roster. I'm down for it. Right now, Levity did get a huge break in P2, but the retake was just ever so strong. Spawn sites not solidified. You know, an 80 to 29 point advantage going into this P3 transition now, as we can see it. Levity trying to get their foot back on the hill, but guess what, man? Blur, the man with the plan, comes through with massive kills, is able to get a few points on the hill, but we all know P3's out in the open and it's anything but open for business, because once you get there, it is literally every man for himself. I mean, you can only hold so many angles, corners, before everything starts just coming wailing in. We're going to see Wedo come wailing in. Blur does pull out the Annihilator. He's going to get taken down, so not a lot of value there. 11 trying to stay in this game 1. They are literally hanging on by a thread here in this P3 transition, but I can see P3 ending and P4 rotating right through bottom green. Multiple players here from each team. 11 might have the advantage here. This might be a good start for them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure De Sofia is Yuhi, based on the star as the profile picture. That's one that, you know, he pretty consistently has run forever. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure who it is. If I'm wrong, Edmonds, you can correct me. If I'm right, then, you know, don't bother. But 30-point advantage for the side of Goofy Goobers, but it's not super convincing right now, especially with 11 having a strong hold here on this P4. Blur actually is going to come through with a break. Wiru finds 1 before getting taken down by Band, and the 20-point lead coming through now and starting to grow once again. See, players are starting to rotate over. Pallone up top might be looking to push down. Band finds 1 before he falls, and that's another break coming through for 11, who aren't letting Goofy Goobers get too much control in this matchup.
They're not, but you know what? They sacrifice a lot to get the remainder of this trickle time here in P4, and they lose out on P5 spawns. I know that we saw the early rotations from 2 players up top. They were holding, you know, that back red or back yellow building. They were holding, anchoring, making sure that they get this this hill. This could be a big, profitable one if you're able to play your cards right now. Off the rip, Raven going to get the first blood. Blur is going to get taken down. The overextension did not pay off. And we might see an 11 break here early on in this P5 rotation. They don't have spawns, but I'm looking at
Solo,
who literally just get spawns right next to him in yellow. So nothing solid for 11 here as of yet. As you can see, the Trek going to be coming all the way back through blue van site. This is a tough spawn site. Wow. Yuhi gets spawned right on yellow, and he is taken immediately out. So that's super tough. 11 fighting demons over here. And what are you thinking? Quick listen in with the side of Goofy Goobers. Is P5 looks like it's a lockdown. We'll hear how the handles are for maybe a P1 reset.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump on in.
Enemy contact. Target's inside.
Yeah, I just wasted my death machine. What up?
They're yellow, yellow.
One tap
Watch
out, jump. One tap out, jump. It's 1 P1.
Mid, nice.
Bottom him out, you want tap out.
Yo,
One on new, low. He's on your side,
He got me.
1v1.
I spawned apps. I'm playing my life apps. It's 20 P2.
They're
Died.
Another one shot P2.
He's bottom P1. He's in P1.
Hey, take your
I'm
time
on.
and group up.
One blue.
Right on you, right
Pushing
on you.
solo.
One more, half.
Where is he? Where is he?
One
I got him, I got him, I got him.
One mid.
Nice,
I'm
nice,
on
nice.
point,
Yo,
I'm on point. I need help, I need help, I need help.
We flip.
I'm alone on point, I'm
Bottom
alone on point.
help.
I'm watching bottom out, not peeking. Bottom out, not
Yo,
peeking.
middle.
Bottom out one shot, I'm pushing him. Bottom out there, there's another one bottom out. Pushing up, there's two. Two going AC, two AC.
Yo,
They're pushing out.
Middle side dead. I'm using mine out there.
Middle, AC. Top L.
AC
Bottom
dead,
yellow.
AC dead.
There's one top
I'm running
L.
back.
Nice.
He's mid. Don't peek
Two middle.
Peeking.
They're stunned.
Dead. Good call up.
So,
All right, definitely came through with some solid comms there. You can hear the coordination, the confirms on kills were definitely solid for them. Hopefully we'll get a chance to jump in with 11T as well. Maybe if 11T is able to get a rotation over and break for P2, we'll jump on in with them. What do you think about that, Verdict?
I'm thinking that's a great call, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if they're gonna make it that far. As I'm looking at the spawn sites, Blur's got great side control in this burn car. Does get taken out, a big kill. We'll see where he spawns in. Sure enough, right here in the yard. So, this is gonna be a damn near impossible break for 11. They got it earlier in that P2 first time around. They've got the numbers now, so we'll see how it pans out now. As one player drops, two players, that's three. That's so tough. Wedo gonna be the last lone wolf. He gets taken down, and just time after time, they are just, I mean, instantly griefed on the transitions. And right now, they're stuck in the middle of making the transition from green, and there's only 15 seconds left at this point. You already see everyone's still trying to focus on old, and there's no focus for new. Obviously, they're at a point where they could probably get B here on this P3 transition. And this is tough. I don't know if they're going to be able to hang off and hold on to a P3 site with no streaks, no operators to work with, and your opponents only need 5 points to close the game out.
Looking at the scoreboard, dude, we have a giant kill advantage for the side of Goofy Goobers right now. Solo, my mind is absolutely ingrained with you being on explicit. It's not working out. Yuhi gets a little bit stuck on the wall there, making the rotation over. A comeback, while it's possible, dude, you have to just... I mean, you can't believe, right? Yeah, sure enough. Solo just slides on the point, picks up the round win, and that is going to be the 250 to 116 dub coming through for the side of the Goofy Goobers.
Okay, so positives. They had a strong push the first time around on P2. They just didn't have enough bodies on the point to hold it, and you saw the spawns, right? So the retake game was there. It just obviously wasn't executed to perfection. The byproduct of that is you're not winning your gunfights. It is so difficult to maintain that P2 site when you're not winning those much needed gunfights in the hill. You find one person who's able to get the break, you get another, and then we're losing gunfights, and then that P2 transition just falls to crumbles. So 11 have a lot to work on in as far as like getting the holes. The retakes are there. The breaks are there. They're just not holding properly. It shows. The scoreline is absolutely massive. 250 to 116. You can't help but, lose a game like that when you got Solo, who's 35 and 25. A minute and 22 on the hill. So just overall, a great job. I think Solo fits in like a glove over here for the Goofy Goobers.
Yeah, and we had a 34 kill advantage on the side of Goofy Goobers. So, I mean, yeah, it's really difficult on the side of 11T to potentially come through with any sort of progress towards a hill when you're not winning enough gunfights to really get yourself into a situation where you can actually win the spawns. And listen, we're not trying to bash 11T here, okay? There's usually not between these two teams, but there are teams in North America that are like, no, we're playing on North America ping, period, right? I don't see that being an issue here, but I do, after having watched a couple of those gunfights, I definitely think we were leaning on the NA servers there quite a bit. So hard to say. But but that could certainly be a factor. You know, we know what 11T brings to the table. This is a team that, while the core is still pretty similar, they are obviously experimenting with some extra players in the lineup. And you look over at the side of the Goofy Goobers, and you could say the same thing, but these guys play together all the time. You know, you can hop into Blur's stream, you can hop into Band's stream, and you know, they're playing with Washi, they're playing with Solo, they're playing with Envy. You know, so definitely definitely a team that, even though you haven't seen all these guys on a roster together necessarily, you know these guys have been playing together for months, let alone any past that as well.
There we go. Well, you know what? This is a moment of truth for 11E. I know they're on the outskirts of that top 6 spot, and it's a difficult week for you. You're fighting demons here in the Goofy Goobers. They pick up a solid player in Solo. And I'm still like in disbelief. I'm with you. Every time I see Solo, I think explicit. Obviously, you know, that's already set in stone. We can't go back on that. You know, it's not, you know, we just can't wish it away, right? Well, you know what? Here we are, game 2, Search or Destroy takeoff. 11E haven't been their strongest on Search or Destroy. So if they can put up a big win here, obviously they have a lot on the line if they lose. I will forgive them of all of their Search or Destroy blunders in weeks past. You know, they've been progressively getting better, and I've seen that in the streams that I've been able to catch. But I'm just not convinced that it's enough to take on a talent with a Goofy Goober squad who, again, are favoring that NA ping. And then on top of that, you just add, you know, insult to injury. You got Solo in the mix. You know what? I don't know. I can't call it, you know? So we're just got to see how it plays out now as we're taking off with takeoff.
Yeah, and you know, one of the big things for 11T has obviously been the loss of Zy, right? I mean, that's a huge factor.
And you say it like he died or something, bro.
Well, I mean, basically, 11T Zy did die. Yeah, I mean, that's no more. So, that's a big loss. I mean, again, I think he has one of the kill records for Search and Destroy for North America. So, I think that was up at 23 that we saw last season. Yuhi somehow just absolutely no HP is able to make it through and does survive.
Yeah, it does survive. But look, 2 players, 3 players, 4 players all gone. You're by yourself, and bombs going down, big gunfights coming in early, and Goofy Goobers, they have their foot on 11E's throat, and guess what? They are not letting off. So we'll see all 5 players heading back for this. What are they doing? Are they trolling?
Well, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, they some Goofy Goobers, aren't they? Look, they all dispersed though. They couldn't commit. They're not 100%. I don't dig those vibes, Goofy. If you're gonna play it, play it.
Well, to be fair, it's a 5v1 with the bomb planted in that position. It's probably not horrible to just have everybody up top, but my goodness, coming through with the 1v4, almost the 1v5, but Washi gonna clean Yuhi up. One short of an ace there, but couldn't quite make it happen. That's rough, man. That's rough. That feels bad for Yuhi. I like Yuhi.
I like Yuhi too.
Yuhi's chill.
Washi, we don't like you anymore, homie. You used to
yeah,
be the homie.
yeah.
Washi, you're not the homie anymore, bro.
Oh, pain. Yeah, just a little bit, but.
Well, you know, we'll see if what comes around goes around, right? Ban actually going to catch a little bit of action right there. Yuhi almost was able to pick up his 5th. Solo catches Pepe Lackett, and Solo going to find a nice 2-piece. He is 1 health. Looking for another gunfight. I don't know if this is the move, homie. Well, obviously you think it is because you're the pro player and I'm the botcaster. Palone, or that's Raven, actually. Raven is half health. He is going to be taken down, and Envy going to find another, and Yuhi left alone in a 1v4. Now, Washi's still alive. He's not alive anymore.
Yo, Yuhi found 4 last time. Well, yeah, maybe a little bit.
It's okay. It happens. Sometimes that's just how it goes, Dave. Can't control it.
Dude, you are not wrong, and as we're getting ready to get into our next round here, the Goofy Goobers do have the 2-0 lead currently. Been looking pretty solid. Obviously, we know this is one of the stronger teams in North America as far as Search and Destroy goes, so We expect big things here, but formerly 11T. You know, we talk about having lost Zai and how big of a factor that is, but you know, deeper than Zai, this team just had really good strategy in the past as well, right? So that's definitely a big factor. Wiru opens up, finally gets his first 2 kills on board, but is going to get dropped by Envy there, and now Pallone finds himself jumping around Washi, picks up 1. It's now a 1 versus 2. He's got 35 seconds on the board to maybe clutch this up. It's not going to be an easy one, but we saw a 1v4, almost 1v5 earlier by Yuhi. Maybe we can see Pallone step up for the team here. I'm pretty sure Blur just caught a glimpse of him. Yep, sure enough, going to slide the corner, picks him up in the 3-0 lead in favor of the Goofy Goobs.
Somebody's going to learn one day if that bomb's planted at B, Blur is one place, and that is right in between that P2 to P3 transition, okay? Right now, it is, you know, one of those points that you've seen enough of this Goofy Goober squad to know if you get a B plant, he is 100% going to be there. Nobody's expecting it still. I don't understand that. You know, Band finds first blood. He's been a massive entry fragger here in the Search to Destroy. That's his second first blood of the game, his third altogether. Blur going to find another. Wedo finds one before he drops. Pallone going to drop. Now it's just Raven and Pepe. And guess what? It is just... Oh, Pepe finds one. I don't know how he stayed alive there. Envy drops as well, so now it's a 2v2. Raven able to stay alive. Washi and Blur looking for the collective. Maybe the push comes through. Maybe it doesn't. Raven right on the opposite side of the wall, and you can see Pepe kind of lurking on the backside. Raven does drop. Blur is just a beam. Bomb is down. I don't even know if we're going to get to see it planted. Raven catches Blur on the transition. Massive kill. Washi now left on his own.
Pepe in a position to defend here, but I'm pretty certain he knows he has bomb down. I don't think Washi actually saw him make that rotation, but has a general idea, obviously, as his teammate did just die a second ago. Finds a couple shots, sliding the corner, looking for more. Sees him peek one way. Has to reload. Oh, my goodness. Washi, how are you alive? Oh, Pepe's going to get you.
Good shots. Good follow-up. Good push. Pepe wins that one. Literally got lucky on the end. He was able to rotate over and take a little bit of cover. Tries to take advantage of Washi, who's out in the open. Shots just didn't connect, man. It'd be like that sometimes. Right now, we're looking at a 1-3. And it wasn't a very convincing round for the side of 11, but we'll take it where we can get it, right? Band, third entry frag, only 4 kills. That'll just tell you how much of an impact this guy has.
Let's not give him too much credit. No, I'm just kidding. He's, they don't call him the great value tectonic for nothing.
That's Blur, homie.
Isn't that who you said?
No, I said Band, bro.
Oh. I thought you said Blur. He's got 7 on the board.
Why would I talk about Goodwill Tectonic?
You know, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Bomb does go down, 3v5. You see it? Where's Blur at? Is he rotated? Is he in the same area? He's actually not in the same spot. All right, well, maybe I'll just put my foot in my mouth and shut up. Right now, Pepe and Raven are running the tables. Envy running for his life. Does make the corner, and that is going to be 10 seconds left on the clock. Nobody in sight to get the bomb fused. He's still got 3 players left to work with. Washi finds the last 2, and that is going to be a 4-1 as we flip sides. Now, we'll hope that the attacking strats for 11 are 10 times better than the defense, because right now they are down like drastically bad. It is just not looking good. And I made note earlier, the Search and Destroy game hasn't been their strongest this season. And Day talks about rest in peace, 11 Zai. I think they, you know, should have been over that. There's been plenty of time for them to recover. And right now, they're going to be able to find that first blood. Blur does take down, but Band, again, right there on the refrag. He has just been on point today. 4 out of 5 of his kills have been like first bloods for the team. So Envy finds a 2-piece of his own, and now we're looking at a 2v4. 11 just not able to recover here. The Search even on the attack strat.
Yep, you are absolutely right. And Raven going to come through, picks up 1 onto Washi. Well, gets taken down. Now it's Pepe left alone in a 1v3. Obviously, it's possible, but increasingly less likely. Finds 1, but turns on over into Band. And fortunately, without having quick fix, you're not going to take that second gunfight as easy as you would have in the past. And that's going to be a Big round win for the side of the Goofy Goobers, who now have 11. Backs against the wall, 5-1. Match point. 11.
Yeah,
Can't
we're
afford to
ma-
make a mistake.
Nah, you know what? We're way past those mistake time. This is like just time after time, you know, round after round. We haven't seen any kind of like in real time adapting, and Goofy Goobers just running the table. 11 or Envy literally just running rampant and nobody there to take him out. Pepe is gonna be left on his own. Envy finds the last 3. That is gonna be game match point. You get what I'm saying? Game, set, match. We're done. That's it. 6-1. And I might have overspoke myself, or you know, might have underdelivered on, you know, 11 being a little down in Search or Destroy, but it was that game that just not it. That was tough to watch.
Yeah, again, I mean, they've been really struggling with the sniper talent. We've obviously seen Detry has, I'm sorry, not Detry, Pallone has been trying to fill that sniper position and hasn't quite had as much success as we would have expected out of Zai in the past. So I think that's at least a factor to consider. And, you know, as we look at the lineup here, you know, pretty easy to tell who competed and who didn't. Envy came through with 10 on board, Band with 6, Washi with 5, Solo with 5. Look over at the opposition. You've got Pepe coming through with 6, 5 for Yuhi, Weru, and then 4 for Raven, 1 for Pallone. Blur, not even on the board. Not worth talking about.
Who?
Blur.
Like I said, who?
Yeah. Hey, you're right.
There we go. Catch it on quickly. I see there, Day. Love it.
Yeah,
Loving the energy here.
anybody that maybe caught the live noti, you know, we're playing Mobile Mayhem here. We've got pros and trash cans alike, and Blur, one of those trash cans for sure. Washed.
Certainly.
AF.
Dumpster fire. Dumpster fire. I'm just kidding. One of these days we're gonna catch some slack for trash talking and bashing Blur. I just don't think that day's gonna be the day. So I think we're cool. I think we're chilling.
All right, guys. Well, that is going to be the end of our first series. And then, you know, that's Goofy Goobers taking a 2-0 lead over 11. That will leave 11 down in the number 7 slot. And Goofy Goobers are going to pick themselves up 20 points here today. Standings are already updated for us. Awesome. Admin team is rocking it. That moves Explicit up into the 4th place slot. They're over Seminole, but Seminole obviously haven't had a chance to play today. And
wait, did you say Explicit?
Goofy Goobers. God, Solo!
You're killing me, bro.
I'm just, oh my god. Oh man, Solo, why you do this to me? Why you do this to me?
Yo, Stay selling, homie.
I'm worthless today. I'm just absolutely worthless. Goofy Goobers tie up for that 3rd, 4th place spot with 90 points on the board over Seminole, who have 50. Obviously, Seminole haven't had a chance to play today. They will still play status quo. You have to imagine Seminole likely to win that matchup, but we'll see when we get there. We do have Midnight Gaming up against Zygnus next, but we are going to take a short break, guys, while we get players funneled on into the lobby. So we will be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. And before we jump into this next game, we actually have a couple rule amendments for next week verdict that we wanted to go over. We didn't have time before the first game, but we still have players joining into the lobby now and getting ready. So we figured this is a great time to go through it. And verdict, I gotta say, this is definitely interesting this late in the season. But what do you think about this so far? And we'll go through them one at a time. But what's your overall opinion?
You know, it's always something to adapt to. Obviously, we're looking at trying to balance out the competitive scene and finding a way to your stream just went dead.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Is it back up?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that, guys. I just checked. I was like, oh no. At any rate, we're always looking to balance and make sure everything is all good on the back end. Make sure we're giving the best quality. I think this is definitely something worth looking at. Is it worth it in the middle of the season? It is what it is. We're right here, like 1 week away from the playoffs. And sure enough, we're coming through with a few more amendments that I think are great down the road. The timing probably a little off. Right now, we're looking at a few scores, or one score streak being added back in, one operator being added back in, and then a few weapon restrictions. Some of the things that I wanted to take a look at, though, are the maps that were added for Hardpoint, S&D, and Dom. Slums added in for Hardpoint. S&D is going to have 2 new maps. Meltdown's being added back. That is a dub on any front. And then we got Hacienda, which is a newer map to COD Mobile. It was Black Ops 4 original. Is that right?
That sounds correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely some big interesting changes. I think my main ones that I hate and I like these at the same time is the weapon restrictions going to 1 per team. So for your primary shotguns, 1 per team, LMGs, 1 per team, marksman rifles, 1 per team. I think all right, listen. I hate it on a. I don't like dying to shotguns, so I don't really care for shotguns.
True.
The SKS definitely is a little bit overpowered. I don't think because it's a 2-shot it's overpowered. I think because in short to mid range, I mean, pretty big mid range too. The 1-shot headshot is a little bit not okay. If they nerfed that range a little bit, I think we'd be in a better spot on the SKS. So I don't know. I think it adds more diversity into the weapons you'll see in the mix, but I also think it's just maybe not the fully right play. But I don't make the rules. I'm just here to tell you guys about them.
We just work here, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Day actually makes the rules. Send all your hate
no,
tweets to
no
him.
No shot. Send all your hate tweets to
Don't you throw take
who
the
all's
heat,
admin
bro.
today? Who all's admin here today? Yeah,
send
tweet
the
Ghoulhead. Tweet Ghoulhead.
Yeah. Follow him while you're there.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Follow Ghoulhead.
Shameless plug.
Tweet Ghoulhead all your hate about the Mobile Mayhem rule changes. Did you talk about the operator unban?
No, I was actually going to run through it. I wanted to hit the maps
perfect.
first. Napalm is unbanned. Score streak unbanned. Tag 5 being added back. Mythic skins are no longer banned, so mythic skins are going to be back. And then I don't know how much use this last one's going to come in handy, but the flash drone is allowed for 1 player on the team. So 1 player per team can have a flash drone. I don't even know what a flash drone is. I haven't seen it, so definitely going to be like new to see in competitive play. Obviously, tweaking the rules in the middle of the season is trying to get everything as balanced as possible. As we're almost through the regular season, we got 1 more week left, and then playoff bound. This is certainly going to be huge. And seeing the shotguns 1 per team and AE drop out from EU, that's certainly an L.
Yeah, and kind of while we're talking about things that are banned and unbanned, bouncing back to a previous season here, Verdict, we actually have a return of weapon bans per series. And that, again, this is all coming in next week, guys. This is not going to be for tonight. This is going to be rules for next week. I think that's going to spice things up because, bro, if you take the Type 25 out of the mix and you take the M13 out of the mix, there's so many viable weapons at that point, right? I think we'll probably at that point see a lot of the P90. We'll probably see a fair bit of the PPSH from some of your quicker paced players as well, but I think there's a fair handful of ARs that are actually pretty decent. Obviously, the AS Val in a pretty decent spot. We've seen a couple players be able to pull out the AMAX, which they typically run it a bit more marksman-like, obviously. But we'll see.
Well, that's something that we'll cover on the spawn. I think that'd be a great topic for us to talk about. So I think we got our topic for the spawn, which will be back on Monday. Now I think we got everybody in the lobby ready to rock and roll for our next series. It is going to be Zygnus taking on Midnight Gaming. So best of 3 looks pretty spicy. I'm taking a look at the rotations. It looks like we're going to start things off with a hardpoint standoff. And then we're going to follow it up with an S&D on firing range. Dom takeoff if it does go to a game 3. Now, mind you, these two met on Sunday night for another tournament that we won't mention, but Zygnus did take the upper hand and won 2-1, but the fact that Midnight Gaming was able to find 1 game, certainly interesting. Is this something that we're going to see here? I know Zygnus is probably not showing their best foot forward the later half of the season, but definitely still a monumental team that is top tier. So we'll see how it pans out.
All right, sorry about the delay there, guys. We are jumping on into the game. Not quite sure what's going on with my connection today, but I do apologize if there's any lag in the stream. We are off to a 15-2 lead for the side of Midnight here, who, again, typically speaking, we actually do see come through with some strong performances in the early stages of the game, but man, it just tends to fall apart for them after that. I mean, am I fair in saying that, Vertical? I know it's a little bit savage, but this team is not very good in the late game.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't seen much of their games to see. The ones that I have seen, they got just absolutely blown away. And then we obviously saw the Yo Mama series, which, it is what it is. Right now, we're looking at a pretty solid beginning. They get their fair share of the pie. They rotate early for P2. This is exactly what you want to see. This is, textbook picture perfect, but where things get a little sloppy now. Zy gonna come through. He's gonna find one on the refrag. Kane's gonna hold the corner on the backside, takes him down, but is that S-Thug in the building? Are we really getting S-Thug back in Zygnus? I haven't seen him in a few months, actually.
That's a fair point. That's a fair
We've
point.
gone through a whole hill, and I haven't even mentioned the fact that S-Thug is in the lobby. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the current record holder for kills in Mobile Mayhem, and we'll have to see if maybe he can break that this season. We've seen a couple players come close, but nobody been quite able to break that 54 score mark. So we'll see. We've seen players hit 50. I think we've seen 52 is the highest I've seen so far this season.
But no one near that. Well,
no one
52 is
able to hit
obviously clear
54.
here, but no one able to hit that 54. That's a big number to top. The season is certainly closer in skill. I think this is one of the better seasons we've seen. Obviously, we've seen some late additions. Obviously, we've seen a lot of change-ups, and a few that we talked about in last series. This series is S-Thug making his way back into Zygnus. I haven't seen him play all season. Was he recently added? I have to check the Discord, but it's certainly worth noting now as we see the P3 transitions comes through. Snicks is going to be up top. Is it Snicks or is it Sneaks?
It's Snicks.
It's Snicks. Okay, I was making sure I said that right. Zaki picks up a massive kill in the feed, picks up 2, and the break comes through for Kimwax, but he's going to be quickly traded as the last-ditch effort for the Gravity Vortex or Snicks is going to find him taken down.
Based on what I see, S-Thug has been on the roster since the start.
Okay,
at least on the sheet.
You cast it. I was, you cast more NA than I do.
I mean, you're not wrong, but we haven't seen him. You're not wrong. This
Okay,
is
cool.
this is new to me too for this season, and well, obviously a player to be on the lookout for. And as we look at the scoreboard, you can see maybe there's still a little bit of rust on the shoulders here. 3 and 9 for S-Thug right now.
If you're talking about getting rust off your shoulders, like, this is the perfect match for him to be in. This is a Midnight Gaming team that we were just talking about struggling, not necessarily able to stand the competition. And right now, if you make a few mistakes early here, it's okay because you've got other options down the road. If you can't get his feet wet in a matchup, it's not this, right? You go up against Seminole and you bring in S-Thug who's rusty, you tell me that's not a recipe for disaster.
Well, we're looking at things moving on here. We do have Tatio coming through with the 2-piece in the feed as Zygnus are able to retake that P4 hill. What do you think about we go ahead and jump in for a listen-in with... Do you want to do Midnight now while it's pretty close, or do we want to do Zygnus and maybe not have a Midnight?
I'm gonna let it be your call, homie.
All right, let's go ahead with Zygnus now, and then if we see a good hill hold for Midnight later, we'll jump in there.
Voy a estatua, güey, voy a estatua. ¿No roto? ¿Roto, muerto?
Empate. En Deli.
Está por roto, en la esquina.
2 puntos.
Ay, cabrón, Deli, me espantó, güey. Deli.
Te llevo, gordo. Uno más trash can.
No,
Salió roto. Abajo Grama. Muerto abajo Grama.
Oh my god.
Son 2 en punto. Abajo Grama, voy. Otro más ahí por roto. Se rota. Rote, papi, rote.
Abajo grama un tirito, güey. Abajo grama un tirito.
Gas muerto. Ahí no gas, ahí no más gas.
Arriba Factory.
Gas tocado, gas, dentro de gas.
2 next.
No, principal. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Dónde estamos
Abajo grama.
adentro?
Abajo grama. ¿Es que no entran las balas, cabrón? ¿Qué pedo?
Sí, tardé en entrar, ¿no?
Al Kane, güey.
Otro más en Nex, un tiro, hazle one Banzai. Hazle one.
Hay uno roto. Roto grama.
Pueden ayudar en el punto acá, por...
Váyanse para acá. Uy, creo que apareció en el Market, Creo que apareció en el Market, güey. Sí, tengo otro más broken, Broken, papis. Uy, no veo nada, güey.
¿Te vas?
Te digo, no te
Más
tengo
abajo,
absolutamente
Mata
nada, güey.
un tiro, mata un tiro.
No, arriba esto.
Ya lo mataron.
Roten.
Aparece en estatua y uno secret.
All right, definitely some solid and positive comms there from the side of Zygnus. Hopefully, we'll see a good hill hold for Midnight coming up. I kind of felt bad when we jumped in for the listen in there verdict because Midnight actually had one hell of a P1 reset. So maybe there's hope still. Maybe we can still get that
but I gotta say, you've got it at the right time because they get the break in P2. They get the situation handled. Right now, they've got the break potentially here for P3. Zai looking for the kills up top. He's got plenty of score streaks to work with. So this might be where Zygnus might be able to get this break and put this game out of reach. But guess what? Kumia comes through with the Purifier. I'm thinking maybe now if we're going to do it is definitely the time because I don't see it getting any better after that P4 rotation.
Let's do it.
Bells, and back alley. Deli dead.
Just hold. Start rotating.
There's two.
Rotate. Just rotate.
Go for new.
1.1.1, so.
There's one mid next.
I'll watch you broken. Broken is dead.
I'm smoking off. Yeah.
Oh,
top
market.
I'm market dead. Watch your flank,
One
watch
box,
your
There's
flank.
one mystery.
There, mid there.
Bro, there's one farm, one box is in the farm.
There's one box.
One farm, one south,
There's
farm,
one
one
box.
south.
Tough factory.
One box is one south,
It's not factory.
Top factory.
Bots.
Okay, that stuck's 2 and 6 against me. One broken.
One mid,
Not letting.
I don't know about you, Verdict, but I was about ready to take a nap in that VC.
Well, I dipped out like 20-30 seconds ago. I couldn't do it, homie.
I figured as much as I talked bad about the comms for Midnight, I really wanted people to get the feel for exactly what I mean.
No,
And,
hey, you know what? You gave him a dose, and sure enough, you might have lost all of them after that. That was tough to sit through. I was only in there for a few moments, and I was like, I'm bouncing the hell out of here, dude. I can't do this. Sure enough, Zygnus come through with some high heat. I think this was an excellent opportunity for S-Thug to come through. Obviously, he had a little bit of a shaky start, but you toss him in the deep end against a team like Seminole, he may not come back completely, fully in effect. Right now, against a Midnight Gaming team whose comms are lackluster to say the least, definitely the great way to make his debut into the Zygnus team. We've certainly missed him, and sure enough, he's got a long ways to go. But this is definitely the series I could see him, getting his feet under him, getting that confidence back, and 100%, tearing up the scene afterwards.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, Dios actually had a pretty solid performance over on the side of Midnight. Came through the only player positive on the team. Not much, but, 28 and 27 is positive nonetheless. The rest of the team is certainly struggling with Kumia, 133 on the hill, so good objective time. And, sometimes you're going to die sacrificing your life for the hill. But 16 and 20 move up to Debenji, who is Annabella. 18 and 27, Kane 19 and 30, Snicks coming through with that 20 and 26. And, having 4 negative players on the team, you can expect to see the opposite on the other side of things. And sure enough, Zai coming through a little over double positive. Kimwax, a couple positive there. Tatio plus 10. Envoy, a couple positive. And S-Thug, the only negative member on the side of Zygnus, coming through at 13 and 19. So, really solid performance coming out of Zygnus. And, even if that wasn't the best performance we've seen out of S-Thug, getting back into the mix of things can be difficult. And, fully expect if he's going to continue to play over the next, couple weeks of play, we'll probably see an improvement out of him there as well.
Oh, most definitely. Like I said, you throw him into a little bit of a tougher matchup, and I'm not saying Midnight Gaming or pushovers, but this is certainly a match
I'll
where
say
he
it.
can afford to make mistakes. Well, I mean, they can say it. I won't say it. The comms are definitely pushover comms. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's very rarely opportunities where I jump in for VC listen-ins and I bail that quickly. That was just an example of one of those times. So, and it says a lot because I pretty much stay into the mindset that, hey, we'll have a little bit of optimism. Bro, I didn't feel any life in those comms, and I couldn't bear it much longer than the 15 seconds I was in there. I bounced so quick. So yeah, I'm thinking that's he comes in, let him struggle here, let him get his feet under him, let him get that that running start, and by next week he should be popping heads. Hell, he might even drop 55 next week.
Could happen, and you're absolutely right. I didn't necessarily want to stay in as long as I did, but I really just we've talked obviously a lot about their comms and how weak their comms are, and I think that was one of the more impactful times to really point it out. You could hear when we jumped in with Zygnus how energetic the comms were, how much passion and teamwork was going into those calls. The opposite was true for going into Midnight. I mean, it was a snooze fest over there, right? And if we're not even in the game and we're getting that negative aura on us and that negative energy and it is affecting the way we feel about the game, you can only imagine what being on that team is. So we really need someone to bring some positivity to the side of Midnight and keep them on a straight path forward, because honestly, Midnight, I mean this in the nicest way possible. I don't have anything against anybody on the team. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Snicks and Kumi, usually a pretty solid player for this team. Bro, y'all just bring each other down. Period. That's the reality. As I said earlier, I'm going to say it. You guys are a pushover team right now, and I think that starts with the comms being so dead,
lackluster,
just so dead that it's hard to be positive and keep that energy flowing and keep each other in spirits, because we've seen you guys slay out. So, hoping for the Search and Destroy, you guys will come through and put on a show here, but. Vert, I mean, do you have any confidence in them up against a team like Zygnus?
With S-Doug still remaining in the lobby, yeah, because you're missing out on a fifth player who's up to speed. Now, with S-Doug also in the lobby, that's a double-edged sword. It could go one way or it could go another. Bro could literally pop off and show us
20 right here, right now.
Yeah. Well, right here, on a firing range with Zy in the lobby. Hell no. And I'll just be as blunt as possible. Hell no. But I think, if they do turn it around, I'll be again shocked and surprised as you are. But I'm down for a game 3 here. Obviously, this same team was able to win one game this past Sunday night against Zygnus. It's certainly possible they can win it here.
Well, we finally get our last player loaded on into the lobby. It was someone from Midnight Gaming, so I have a hunch this is probably going to be Zygnus servers, but I don't know that Midnight Gaming at this point are necessarily going to bounce out to try to get NA ping. I think if you listen to the same comms that I did, guys, I think Midnight has pretty much checked out of this matchup. But we'll see. We shall see.
Well, we shall, as first round's coming through one way or another. A little bit of a conservative hold here, and we can see a lot of focus on this A side for Zygnus. You can see 2 doubling down to go back to B. Had they have made a B side like 5-man stat or 5 players push through the jungle site, they might have gotten a few kills as well as a bomb plant for free. But nonetheless, the defense here from Zygnus is pretty solid. You can see one player still hanging back on that B side. Tatio holding down the A bomb side. He's going to get taken down. Kane picks up a massive. Zai with the refrag, though. This man is electric with this DLQ in his hand. But sure enough, bomb's going to come down one way or another. And the bomb 4v4 defense needs to be solid here. And the retake for Envoy, absolutely on point. Finds one. That's going to be Annabella dropping. Not D-Annabella, but Annabella. Dios on the trade, 3v3. Kumiya holding this heady with his life. Might be able to make a solid defense here, but the push comes through. S-Dog too strong, and just like I was saying, he could pop off or he could get dumpstered. Right now, he's in a position to pop off. 2 kills, 1 player left to deal with. Not going to have enough time. He's got to find Sticks, and Sticks being the snake going to get the drop, and that's a free kill for him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and we do have a 1-round advantage for the side of Midnight, but it was not a convincing one in the slightest. So we'll see as things continue to roll on. Even with that first round going in their favor,
Hey, look. We learned earlier, win is a win regardless, right? It doesn't matter if it's an inch or if it's a mile. And never turn your back on family. You know what, S-Thug? He earned our hearts. He's still family. We are not going to turn our backs on him to take his fam. But Midnight Gaming, they won that round. That's the most important thing, okay? That's 1 round under their belt. They can find 5 more. Just need to be a little more solid on those holds. S-Thug is fresh out of retirement back into the scene. I'm obviously capping. Dude never retired. We just haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, it's not Asta. What are you doing?
Yeah. Asta's the one who retires every week.
Ooh, Kane. Big pickup on Envoy there, crossing the street and making this. Never mind. Lights out.
Lights out. Well, you're obviously not considering Sticks to clutch, but that's probably for the better because he rounds the quarter and doesn't even take 1 step before he does. He's dropped. Tio finds the last kill there. He's got 2 on board. Rocking the Zodiac Beast. I made a comment about this skin earlier this month. Last month, maybe even later on. I love it. Still love it.
Yeah, definitely a solid skin for the Arctic, but 2 different frags come through. Kumia finds 1. DeBenji, aka Annabella, comes through with the other. Now it's going to be a 3 versus 5. Midnight may have found a little bit of groove here. I don't know. Maybe they heard us in the intermission there verdict that they need to be a little bit more positive. Yeah. Okay. Listen, you can call it the way you want. Definitely savage, but that's because again, I want this team to succeed, and they're not going to with comms like that. Kimwax does come through, finds 1, makes this look a little bit more doable. It's now a 2 versus 3. Pop on over to Annabella, who's using this bomb head glitch here in a great position. 20 seconds to go. Kane going to take down Kimwax, and with S-Thug rotating mid, there's just not time for him to get it. He knows someone's in the trailer now. I don't think he has time to make a rotation, let alone take down 3 players, and it doesn't even matter. Kumia going to pick up that kill, and the 2-1 lead is in favor of Midnight now.
2-1 lead. Here we go. Maybe they just need a little bit of spark. Maybe just a little bit of energy. They found a lot of life on the backs of finding 2 grenade kills early on in the last round. Maybe they'll find another now. As I was taking a look, I don't know who the player was who was in trailer. I think it was Kimwax. He died by a nade, and he had a trophy in his pocket. So, big Fs for players not dropping trophies. Kane going to get dropped instantly. Zai is on a tyrant, my guy. What a shot. Finds 2 there. Bomb obviously wasn't safe to go for, or I guess, I don't know who was trying to go for the, Kumia was trying to go for the sniper, I guess. That was not the play, homie. Zai does not miss. When he's got an angle, you need to run for the opposite direction.
Well, Envoy picks up a kill there, and Dios just lets him live. Yikes. Now, rotates over. Was looking to go maybe finish off Envoy there, but S-Thug pushes on in and gets that final kill. We're all tied up 2-2, and honestly, the best rounds that we've seen from the side of Midnight so far started off with First Bloods with grenades. So how long can you last on needing grenade kills for your First Blood? Well, we'll have to see. Kimwax playing in the back here. Got the trophy system down this time. Knows the smoke is there. You have to imagine he knows the team is rotating. Snick's going to find 1.
Oh, S-Thug, the worst COD timing of all COD timing. Tries to stay up on his 2 feet, and sure enough, as soon as he went from being prone to standing, he gets absolutely destroyed there. Can't do much about it. Had the right angle. Had the right idea. Oh, Envoy wins a big one, but he's dropped. Here comes Zai. Bro is literally hitting flicks, dropping kids, just absolutely dominating, but he's the last player alive now as the bomb's going to go down. You're going to need to play this very strategical. No First Bloods coming through from nades on the side of Midnight Gaming.
Yeah,
guess
thanks,
what?
Midnight.
There we go. There we go. Proven day wrong.
Hey.
I absolutely dig it.
I'd like to be wrong in that scenario, okay? But that's what we were seeing. And, they do come through just a really solid B-side push that round. This is the last round of their offense. They'll be on defense now. Let's see if Zygnus can bring things back or if possibly we just have Midnight pushing us to a game 3. Wouldn't be the first team to upset Zygnus, and you know, we mentioned a little bit earlier. Okay, we haven't seen the best performance out of them lately. They looked pretty good on Tuesday, but can't just look good once in a while, especially not at this level of competition. Esthog gonna find a Dios there. He's got 6 on board. Actually, top fragging for the side of Zygnus, tied up with Zai. Yeah.
Double-edged sword, man. You don't know what he's gonna do. He's a ticking time bomb. Right there, the ticking time bomb explodes, and Kumia is going to find the kill, but still need to find 4 more, and sure enough, they round the corner and trailer. They're out. Snake's going to be left in a 1v4, and he's only got 15 seconds. He's got a sniper and a dream. And guess what? Dreams aren't a reality here. Zai going to get taken down by the pistol, but round's going to be won. Zygnus going to be tying things up.
Well, Envoy does find that kill on Snicks from behind, tying things up 3-3. First round of the Zygnus offense goes pretty convincingly in their favor. Can they keep it up, or will Midnight show us they still have a little bit of gas left in the tank? They started off this Search and Destroy with a lot more fire than we saw from them in previous weeks of Search and Destroy, let alone even in that first hard point. Now you can see Tatio pushes up, does miss 1 shot. Got Kimwax with him. Snicks finds a couple shots through the wall, but we do have a big push from behind. Kane finds 1 before getting taken down, but Dios
locking it down. He's going to find another. That's 3. 4 could have been, but guess what? Kimwax wins those. 1v3, only a minute and a half left on the clock. Can't even round the corner. He's stuck. This might be a Zygnus downfall here. 4-3 lead going back in favor of Midnight Gaming, but he's able to squirm away, which is incredible. I don't know how he made it out of that corner, and he is lagging. I'm lagging. I don't know what the hell's going on. Annabella taken down. Oh my god, can he find another? But he has to reload Snicks. 1 more player in showers. That's Kumia. He finds it, and man, Kimwax had a little bit of momentum right there. Could have easily won that 1v3 had he not had to reload there, but sure enough, Midnight Gaming on the their last limb right there, certainly able to win that round. 4-3 though, not a very convincing round, but nonetheless, a round that was won by them.
Yep, and I thought about pulling the map up there, but chat rages when I bring the mini map up. I don't know if you saw, but Midnight actually played their 3s really solid there. They thought he was still locked down in that corner. Obviously, you had Snicks dip back to reload. Didn't see that Kimwax had pushed out. And all 3 players pushed that corner at the same time. They were looking for, even if one of us dies, the other is going to pick up the kill, and that just wasn't the case. It's now Kumia left alone and rotates right in front of Zai. Zai doesn't miss those. And a convincing round goes through. I think they only lost 1 on the side of Zygnus there, and they tie things back up 4-4. I think the last team that we, quote, considered upset Zygnus in Search and Destroy was Shreddit, who got mopped by Storm on Tuesday. So hard to say if Zygnus are just struggling with the lineups for Search and Destroy or what, but right now they're pushing on up. DeBenji and let's see, that's Snicks, both dangerously low, but Annabella gonna find 1 into Tio before dipping around that corner. Now has some utility coming in. Sounds like the trophy system made its work happen. Now DeBenji pushing up. Kimwax here to cover the bomb planter. We've got a 4v4 with the bomb planted now for Zygnus. 40 seconds on the clock, Verdict.
Yep, 4v4 retake needs to be swift. Need to play very, very smoothly here. Oh, S-Dog playing spoiler. Looking for the transition. He's instantly drawn attention. Didn't pick up a kill before he dropped, and that might be exactly what the side of Midnight Gaming need to make something happen. But guess what? Envoy, it does. Oh my god, miracles right here. Snicks, last player alive. Finds 1, needs to find Kimwax, but the transition, oh, he doesn't know where Kimwax is. He's right on the bomb head glitch. I don't know what we were doing right there. That looked like a little bit of panic for both players. I saw Kimwax. He was holding the bomb head glitch. I didn't think he saw the last player. Maybe didn't get the call out. Sure enough, he rounds the corner and dead on. Big round there for Zygnus. They're able to recover.
Dude, I don't understand where the call out for Zygnus was there.
Solid round for Midnight Gaming, though. I give it to him. That was an effort. That was a A for effort area. Envoy, you just can't account for something like that.
I don't understand how Zai dies A long. Envoy's looking at trailer. There's one person alive at this point. It's just Snicks. Zai dies for A long. Envoy dies from A long. Kimwax still looking trailer. I didn't get it. Kumia comes through the big 2-piece here though. Looking like we might get ready to tie it up to a round 11, which would be for a Midnight Gaming offense. We only have one left, and Snicks slides the corner there, as you can see, switching over to the Zygnus perspective of S-Thug, and we're on a round 11. We've switched sides once again. Are we going to see a game 3? Midnight, are you going to spoil for Zygnus once again? This will be the second upset we've seen against Zygnus this season. In search. Man, this will be rough. Kimwax finds shots.
Faithful. Old Faithful, the B-side push. They found one of their very few wins on the offensive side coming through on this, and you know, Zygnus able to adapt quickly here on the push. Kimwax found that first blood. Is going to find a second before he's taken out. A lot of value there to Tio. Oh my god, Kane is raising it, but Zai and Envoy are still alive. But I think this bomb might go down if Kane can make the rotation safely. It's going to be on the smoke push. Envoy right there to peek. Not able to get the shots, but does get the nade. There's not a trophy, which is tough. But luckily for Kane, he's going to be able to stay alive. And now we got 38 seconds. The 2v3 retake needs to be strong here for Zygnus, or we are going to that game 3 day.
Yeah, well, you'd hate to see it. This was one we expected Zygnus to probably win 2-0. And again, I don't know if maybe... Oh, Zai! Gonna find one. You can see Envoy pushing up. Finds the drop shot onto Kumia. It's now Annabella left alone. Finds Zai. Envoy are able to find the kill, picks it up, and Zygnus somehow find the 2v4 round win as Envoy clutches that one up for Zygnus, winning 2-0 over Midnight. I gotta say, that was a closer search and destroy than I ever expected it to be, especially after the way Midnight realistically played the hard point, man.
Yeah, and you also bashed them for the comms, you know. It was much deserved. They need to hear it. If no one else is going to tell them, we'll be the ones to tell them, I guess. Right here, you know, that was nothing to be, you know, upset about for the side of Midnight Gaming. There's no shame in the game. It was strong. The game progressed, and Midnight Gaming look a lot better. And though we're talking about them not performing well in the later half of games, well, sure enough, it came down to a 1v1. You know, it was a great search played. It started off a little rocky. Zygnus kind of manhandled you, but that was a lot. That was a lot of, you know, endurance and strength to come through and put us in a round 11 situation. But they're wonky. And guess what? S-Thug, he was a wild card here. He picked up 12. Nowhere near top frag category in the hardpoint. Sure enough, comes through with 12 in the search. That is a lot of support from my guys.
He only got 13 in the hardpoint.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Like I said, he's the wild card for a reason. And to give Zai, the sniper, that kind of support, kudos. Big game 2. Big 2-0 win for Zygnus, but man, by the you know, you know, little bit of thread that was left on that one was tough. I was for sure thinking we were going to a game 3 there, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, you called it spot on though. S-Thug making the return is kind of a double-edged sword. You could definitely feel Zygnus taking a little bit of a slice in the hard point, although the rest of the team performed well enough to get them through. But you jump on into the search and destroy, and S-Thug is absolutely lasering people. And, you know, Midnight had a pretty strong run here in the search and destroy. But listen, I don't know how you can call yourself Midnight Gaming and sound like you're asleep by 9 o'clock. Okay, that's my biggest takeaway from Midnight. If they bring energy to the table and they bring each other up instead of putting each other down, I think this team could make it a lot further and have some better performances. So I hope in the upcoming weeks we see, or rather hear, a little bit more life out of them, because there's players on this team that have just a ton of potential, and unfortunately I feel like it's getting wasted right now, right? I don't think this is a bad team, but they are just largely not playing well together as a team. So that's definitely a factor. Zygnus do take the 2-0 victory. They pick themselves up 20 points. That's going to extend their lead into second place. I'm sure Sure, our boy Tectonic already has the standings updated. Yo, dude, admin team just killing it tonight. Already got the standings updated.
He's an MVP everywhere he goes, right?
Yeah, I mean, cracked it COD, cracked it Apex, cracked it Warzone, cracked it admin team, cracked roommate.
Enough. Just literally cracked. Yeah. All right, well, next series is right around the corner, and I think maybe a short intermission before we get started. It looks like Storm and Yo Mama are about to start piling into the lobby. So what are you thinking? Maybe like 3 to 5 minutes?
Yeah, something like that. Hopefully on the shorter end of things. But, you know, for anybody who joined us late, we did have Goofy Goobers take the 2-0 lead over 11T and Zygnus taking the 2-0 lead over Midnight Gaming. And obviously we just had the standings on the board. We still have Seminole and Yo Mama yet to play, as well as Storm Yo Mama and Seminole Status Quo. So I don't expect the Status Quo Seminole match to be very good. If you want me to be honest, unless if Status Quo just absolutely open up with more life than we saw to them last week, which was already a lot for a newly formed roster. But I have high hopes for Yo Mama versus Storm, so stick around, guys. We're going to take a short break, and we will be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us for the short break there. Definitely allowed me to get some liquids in me. Verdict got some food in him. We got some teams in the lobby. And let me tell you, I think this is going to be one of our more exciting matchups for the nights. Not that the last matchup didn't end up being a little bit spicier than we anticipated, the round 11 between Midnight and Zygnus. But Storm is a team that has certainly proved themselves so far and continue to get better each week. And they're up against one of the best teams in North America. Currently the #1 team in the region as far as the standings go. And that's going to be Yo Mama, a team coached by none other than Zim himself, Verdict.
Yeah, Zimberly is definitely a unique talent when it comes to coaches. And, you know, sure enough, they have proven to be one of the better S&D teams that playing. So Storm, with that kind of knowledge, you already know what you got to do. You got to take a game one here. You can't afford to go into an S&D game and it be your deciding factor. We saw already one time today in Illuminati EU and an Animus team where it came down to a game 2 deciding factor if we go to that game 3, and it ended in a 6-1. It wasn't even close. Like, teams that are coached by Zim are very often, you know, a better search and destroy team. So play to your strengths right here. This is going to be a standoff hardpoint where we start things off, where S&D firing range will be that game 2. And if somehow, some miracle, some way, Storm are able to find one win out of those 2 games, which I'm banking on it being a hardpoint if they do, we'll see a Dom Summit. So Yo Mama opted to ban hardpoint Summit for right reasons, and Storm opted to ban hardpoint firing range. Here we are. Game 1. Hardpoint standoff day. If we're betting men, where we put our money at?
I gotta roll with Yo Mama, right? That's just the reality. So we'll see as things continue to stick around here. Hardpoint opening up. We do have a couple players making breaks onto that hill. Raballo able to clean things up and does get the full break for the side of Yo Mama. Finds an extra kill onto Nerdy, and I gotta say, not only am I anticipating this to be a good matchup, bro, I can't wait to jump into the comms with these 2 teams because Nerdy is absolutely hilarious every time we jump in. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, you can already see in some of these players already starting to adapt to what the new rule set will be. The obvious, you know, that won't be taking place for another week, or next Tuesday to be exact. But some P90 coming out from A.A. Ralph. Is that necessarily the right move here in a game 1? I don't know. Who cares? Right now he's got 4 on board. And it is certainly a change of pace from seeing, you know, 5-man stack the Type 25 on each team. So P1 rotations come through. P2 is actually early rotated and early held here by the side of Storm. So they're looking for that money hill. They might be able to find it here as long as they don't overextend. Ralph doing some justice up top. Finds Goat Taken, takes him down, and early hold here is going to be in favor of Storm.
Yep, and we do see Raballo pushing on into the hill. Finds one, almost finds FaZe, but FaZe gonna survive. Turns around at just the wrong time. Here's the footsteps of Forsaken to his left. Ends up getting dropped from Solar from the doorway that he was originally guarding, and it's going to be a rebreak for the side of NYSL Mayhem. If you want me to be honest with you here, Nerdy, you pick up 1, but I don't know if this is the right play. I'd be looking to be a little bit more conservative and let my team make rotations over, and instead it's going to be Forsaken coming through, finding 2 in the feed. Ends up getting an assist there as well. Now taking shots at FaZe, who's contesting at bottom here, but Raballo able to come through and clean him up. And you can see that we're set up for P3 on the side of Yo Mama as well.
Yeah, they got a good split here. 2 players up top, Space, and Solar. Solar has been so, like, just a massive player to have on your roster right now. He's shutting it down. Staircase. FaZe, try again, homie. Lost it. Ralph able to get the break there. Ralph actually able to pick up that kill there with the P90. You got to dig it. The retake comes through quickly, but you know, let's not be let's not kid ourselves. You're down 73-19. You need every bit of this hill, and right now you're about to get outnumbered. Raballo comes through, clears the hill. FaZe on the recontest. The retake. Solar, I don't know what that was, homie, but it looked like you were moving in slow-mo. Not 100% sure what the case was. He gets absolutely beamed. FaZe's on 8. We've got a 30-second hill hold here for the side of Storm. This is actually starting out to be a solid rotation here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump in for an early voice check with Storm here.
I don't think so. P4 could be devastating. Maybe Yo Mama.
I mean, I was hoping maybe Storm would roll the energy. Yeah, we'll see what happens when P4 opens. You're right.
Okay, yeah.
I was thinking maybe Storm roll the energy forward, but
no, rolling energy is one thing. Getting a break on P4 in standoff, I mean, there's only so much energy you could have right now. We'll see how it stands. As I do see some big kills coming through. Losty does get taken down. FaZe, I don't know why you're using the Tempest, bro. I know you're, exquisite sniper talent, but that gun is not it. Or that operator is not it.
Oh, Grab Vortex comes through, is going to force Raph to sit a little bit back. Space is up top with the Annihilator as well, and see Forsaken making the rotation through Broken, does get taken down by Raph. Nerdy picking up one on Space. Let's go ahead and jump in with Yo Mama, since it looks like they're getting a good hold here.
Okay.
Force.
Yeah, I got it.
I got the hill. There's one. I got another one spare. I got another one spare.
I got a trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get ready
just
for
watch the door.
rotations.
I'm
Get ready
top.
for rotations. They're gonna
No,
push you back out.
push through.
I got one.
Push the phone.
Yeah, there's one top grannies, guys. There's one top grannies.
The one's
You gotta start
head
playing
goes, I
for
can't.
new. Guys, we need to start playing for new.
Yeah,
Guys,
he's
start
head
playing
goes.
Grab it all.
Yo, top grannies.
not
Top
track there.
grannies. Top grannies in court. Top grannies in court. Yo, our rotations suck.
One shot core, one shot to the left, solid.
There. Upgrade. Hey, get on point. Just put on point.
Deli. I got Deli.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna spawn gas. No, they're spawning blue. We got spawns.
I need help in hill.
One track there.
Track the gun.
Mystery. Two mystery.
Watch your mid. Watch your mid.
Yeah. There's one outside of Marky. He's fucking dog shit.
Statue dead. Pushing up middle.
That's one blue.
On point.
Two statue tank.
On point. Good kills.
Good job. That's fine by blue.
Tank. Smokes. We need smokes. Tank, watch out, man.
Dude,
Yeah,
smoking. You guys aren't pushing.
Hey, one in front. One for each. Back alley. Jump out.
There's one statue.
That's one blue.
Try to rotate. One back alley.
Yeah, they're mid broken.
Mid truck dead.
Let's go. Gas crab. Go no.
One in mid tank.
I'm watching you. He's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
One's top back.
Dude, you guys need to rotate. There's one secret.
We are.
One back alley. They're spawning alley. Too early.
Yeah, spawning gas. All gas.
I need help.
One dead.
Broken wall dead.
All right, well, definitely some good comms there. I might have to restart my emulator after this game verdict because it is.
Is it lagging?
It's being.
Did you
I don't
hit the
necessarily
little
want
lightning
to.
bolt?
Yeah, I did, and it didn't seem to clear it up too much. I mean, it's not necessarily laggy, but it's like doing something weird. It's like slidey. I don't know.
Okay,
I mean,
that's
it
weird,
probably
yeah.
is lag, but
Well, you know
we'll
what?
restart after this game. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
We'll just have
no
to
big deal.
roll with it. And right
Well-
now, it is Yo Mama with a 70-point lead.
Yeah, Yo Mama had a massive P4. P1 was kind of a toss-up, but they settled down here in P2, and you hear the comms, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. This is the comms of a team who are not satisfied with the results that they're getting. They have a lead, but it is 100 to 185. Sure enough, it's closer than they want it to be, and they don't like it. Losty holding down the anchor here is going to get taken down space. Very precise with the precision, and big kills coming through, though. So the hold is going to stand for now. You can see it, Robalo up top. Maybe now is the perfect time for a listen in with Storm, because this is about where they, took back a little bit of their confidence. What are you thinking?
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump in.
One down.
Nice, keep it up.
Yo, CT tank, and jump out couple.
Hey.
Get inside, lightning.
Jump up.
Help him.
That's fucking big. Good shit.
Rotate.
Watch alley.
Watch your bottom. Just rotate. Everyone rotate.
Spawning alley.
Wait.
Yo, Ali.
Broken dead. Dead.
We got track spawn. We got track
playing,
spawn.
yeah,
Good
I'm
fucking
playing-
hold.
I'm
Goobers,
playing
good shit.
life.
Good shit. You did a beautiful.
Just rotate.
They're new. They're new.
Dead. I got him.
Nice. Good shit.
Yo, one more going in. He's by middle.
I need it.
Mid
I got my gravity. I got my gravity.
Mid.
Gravity. Oh no, we have
Yo,
top.
boxes. Watch your boxes. Nerdy, you're freezy.
Watch out.
Gravity. Go. Just it's okay. Gravity.
Oh, good shit.
We're stacking on point.
Boxes. Easy. Watch it.
Come on, you dead.
Oh, I got nades here. One in box's door.
Box is dead.
More. I'm playing life.
Spawn the gas.
Yo, two barn side. One's on wall.
Oh, boxes.
Yeah, one push barn. Grandma.
Need help. I'm playing life, Lusty. Don't push that.
Alright,
Fine.
I'm dead.
I got them all.
One statue. Yo, one statue. I spawned gas.
Where they coming? Gas.
One gas.
Barn
right now.
Boxes. He's lit as fuck.
Below you.
Yo, flank.
Got you.
Boxes. Nice. Good fucking shit. Get in there.
One guy on point. Concuss on point.
Get in there. Good shit.
One shot. Broken.
One more point. Nice, Fazy. Get the time.
I'm trying.
One broken.
Broken right now.
Push me, Fazy
One
behind you.
bottom, behind. One bottom, get one.
Got him.
Nice, good fucking shit, dude. Rotate.
Space broken. One shot.
Bottom Granny. One shot, absolute. Get that, Losty, get that. Nice, good.
Definitely some good comms coming through for the side of Storm there. And you know, they've been able to bring things back a little bit, Verdict. I mean, they're by no means winning here, but you know, we're looking at a 66-point difference, and they're already opening up with a P1 as well. Listen, chat, it's not my Wi-Fi, it's the emulator. You're gonna have to deal with it. I already said it. You're gonna have to deal with it. I'll restart after the game. There's nothing I can do for you guys right now. You guys act like I can snap my fingers and fix it. Well, you know what? I can't. I'm sorry.
Well, I
wish I
I'm gonna
could.
need you to snap your fingers and deal with it, bro. You know,
Yeah.
They don't care about your emulator. Right now, we care about Jan on 34 is popping off, just not missing. That annihilator was absolutely crucial. Raph comes through with the grab spikes of a lifetime, picks him his 22nd. You can see the stack comes through all through that broken wall. They are going to just absolutely destroy Raph there. But story here, you know, the side of Storm definitely celebrating some small victories in VC. Maybe need to tone it down, focus on, you know, getting like a little bit more, you know, geared towards the IGL department. I'm hearing like, you know, those big gunfights that you win. Obviously, they're celebrating them. Not telling you not to celebrate them, but focus on the bigger picture. Right now, the bigger picture is you lost by 70. And you know what? It was a good performance, but now you're going down in the series and you're going into, you know, this is hell's room right here. Search and Destroy against Yo Mama. I don't know. This might be a 2-0L for the side of Storm. They're going to need to show a big transition here in the search.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you know, as we look at the scoreboard, you can definitely tell why Yo Mama was able to come through and to pick that one up. It had a lot of consistency across the board for them. Did have a couple players struggle down for both sides. Solar coming through with 18, Losty with 18, but overall, just a couple more kills on the side of Yo Mama and a couple better transitions specifically. I think both teams actually had really solid comms, and you know, I hate to bounce back to Midnight, but Midnight, if you listen back on the comms to your guys' game and you listen into where Storm were down and still facing against against Yo Mama here. I keep wanting to say NYSL because Space is on the left and he's got it in his name still. But yeah, Yo Mama. If you listen back to the comms on these teams, you can feel that positive energy. When we were in with Storm, you could obviously hear Nerdy specifically, very full of life, always complimenting his team, pushing his team forward.
Find that balance. Find where you're positive, but you're also very critical. I'm gonna need you guys to stop celebrating these small victories. Those small make a difference. You know, you want to be positive, but find somewhere in between the two. You know, where you're being constructive, but you're also being positive. And you're pushing to, you know, the bigger picture. I think Storm focused too much on, you know, the small victories at hand. And I'll just continue to say it. And it's great that they bring all that energy in because they literally have enough energy for Storm and Midnight Gaming based off the comms. But in the long run of things, you got to find a game plan that works, and those comms need to complement that game plan. Because right now we're looking at things getting out of hand, and you not being able to compete at a top scale of the competition. And Yo Mama is currently sitting at a top #1 spot. You should have a sound game plan coming into the day. Go ahead and restart your emulator, bro.
Yeah, I am. Go ahead and switch scenes here. We'll go ahead and get our emulator restarted. And hopefully we'll have a smoother experience for you guys this next game. I don't know what happened there in the middle, but...
Your chat or your stream just ended too.
Did it?
Yep. Oh, well, never mind. It's just cutting in and out. That's tough.
I don't have any drop frames in OBS. I don't know what's going on.
You have maybe a Chrome tab open.
The stream.
Yeah, well, close it. Chrome just eats so many unnecessary resources, bro. I'm sorry.
It's not Chrome.
It doesn't matter. Just end it.
That's not what's happening though. My computer's only running at 16% usage right now. It shouldn't be my computer. It's something else is going on. Don't know what, but getting our emulator restarted, guys. Hopefully we'll have that smoother experience for you guys next time. I always have Chrome open and I never have an issue either. So like, I don't know what's going on.
Maybe it's just you. Maybe you're just.
Maybe I am just. Yeah, maybe I am just.
Your dog water. Yeah, get good, Dave. I don't know what's going on with you. You're selling. You had a long day or a long morning at work. You had to drive through the ice roads. You had the ice road truck. Your outfit reflects the ice road trucking. So
that could be part of it too. The ice storm that we had could definitely be part of it. There might be some struggles with the lines somewhere or something, but I don't know. Hopefully everything will just work now that we've relaunched everything.
Yeah, well, that wait and see mentality always works out, doesn't it?
Not much we can do at this point, right? I mean, we're here. We're here.
There we are. We are here. We're ready to rock and roll. Game 2, I think his emulator is almost ready to rock.
I'm already reconnected. We can start.
Yeah, there we go. Search and destroy on firing range. Storm. No, you know what? I'm not going to make this about Storm. I'm going to make this about 2 players, okay? FaZe, you need to pop off this game, okay? You need to carry, okay? And I don't know who that second player is. Dave, I'm going to need you to help me out. All right, because I got a good like feeling it's gonna be Yawn because he popped off in the hard point, but I don't know his statistics as far as search and destroy goes. So, am I fair to say Yawn needs to pop off too here? All right, Yawn, I need you to step up, homie. Pick the rolls up, pick the ranks up, put the team on your back. You and FaZe need to carry this squad to victory because I said this is going to be one of those highlight matches of the night. Because I don't think our last series is it'll be worth watching. It'd definitely be an interesting series, but I don't think it's gonna be close. I don't think we're gonna see a game 3.
All right. Well, so far it looks like the emulator just needed to be restarted because everything is seemingly running smooth right now.
Yeah, I knew it was you.
Well, we're doing what we can here. We're doing the best we can.
He's not denying it, chat. He's sold.
Listen. I already told. Okay, but
well, no taken.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Annabella is right. Teabag. They get the hit marker. They have him half health. They can't find him, and sure enough, don't deal with Teabag. He makes you pay for it. 1-for-1 trades though, as they quickly find Teabag, take him out. But you can see their approach. They're looking for the transition back to his A site. Raballo read it like a book. My guy looking for that backside push. Doesn't know he's probably biting off a little bit more to get you here. Yep, he's going to get shot in the back.
Yep, sure enough.
Surprised it took that long.
Yeah, it does bring it back to a 3 versus 3, though. Obviously, we've talked a bit about teams that Zim coaches being exceptional at search and destroy, so this is definitely a good measure for Storm and how far that they have come this season. They clearly have an incredibly strong opponent to deal with, but right now they have a little bit of an advantage with firing range. I don't really want to call it a big map, but the angles you have to play between A and B, there's a lot of ground to cover, right? And if you look, we have 3 players pushing together, whereas the rest of the opposition, you know, they kind of have to divide their resources a little bit and try to cover angles from different areas. And you can see a lot of resources being spent over at A right now. And finally, we have Space rotating on over. He's going to find the dome of AORAF. Give him a little bit of a cut.
Yeah,
but
a little bit of a haircut. Ain't nothing wrong with that. FaZe gets phased.
Oh my goodness!
Space. Someone get him out of here. If that's not clip worthy, I don't know what is. That was so quick. The bomb didn't even have time to, you know, go off for timer. It was 37 seconds left. I've never seen a quicker retake in a 3v3 situation.
Well, first round gonna go over in favor of Yo Mama. Coming off the back of Space, finding 1, 2, 3 in the clip. Who did Yo Mama play? Jingo. My mama played you. Easy. Easy! Wait, did I just diss myself? Oh, rip. Pain and suffering.
I'll let you own that for a minute, and also I'm finishing stuff in my face, so go ahead.
All right. How's the dinner?
Baked potato was amazing.
All right. Very, very nice. And yeah, as we do get later on into this game, it's actually an advantage for the side of Storm here in round 2, but Solar is able to answer back to the kill of his own. We're now looking at a 4 versus 4. Now, make it a 3 versus 4 as Losty is able to pick up Teabag, who maybe extends a little bit too far out. Now, we're in a situation where we have the advantage once again in favor of Storm. They're pushing on up towards B. Losty did take a shot, maybe revealing a little bit of their position. You gotta imagine that Yo Mama knows we're back jungle right now. You can see Solar very, very aggressively pushing up. Got that Damascus DLQ coming through.
Looking smooth.
Yo, looking better than, what's that crap called? Atomic?
Crap. Whoa, crap? You talking about that fruit by the foot, ish? That stuff looks so weird, bro. I don't even want to talk about it. Right now, we're going to be looking at 3v1. What was it? 4v3. Has led Raph in a little bit of a pinch, and he is just spraying and praying away. He finds Space. Surprisingly, the dome is going to be hit here. The shots to follow up, not there. Only 6 seconds left on the clock, and he's not going to have time to do anything. He's going to try to stick the bomb plant and look at Goat, Forsaken just maybe a little bit of play with his food. Nonetheless, 2 rounds in a row. Yo Mama is absolutely plowing the side of Storm. So, Storm, you need to bounce back. Granted, you're on the attack to start things off with. You know, maybe it takes a little bit, you know, while to get your feet wet before, you know, you understand what you got ahead of you. And right now, it's Yo Mama who just giving you the 1-2 punch. Gonna need you to find a way to reevaluate the attacking side.
Well, we will see. Solar, you can see, was looking for a shot onto, I mean, really anybody from the side of Storm there. Couldn't quite find it. Took a couple shots of his own, going for the reverse nade there. Nerdy is going to come through, finds first blood onto Space. Bomb does go down for the side of Storm very, very early on here. They might be looking for their first round win. Nerdy was looking for Teabag there. Couldn't quite find him, but Raballo is going to get dropped, trying to come through for the aid of his team, but Solar rotates through from behind, takes down Nerdy in a 2-piece. Raph finds 1, Raph finds 2, and he might be looking to pick up number 3 onto Solar as well. Sure enough, he's got the bomb head glitch. He's got time in his hands. Definitely yoinks the kill from Yawn, but a 3-piece coming through for Raph to close out that round.
Look, if we're not talking about an ace, I don't want to hear anything about yoink. This is search or destroy. Your life matters, all right? You can't do anything when you're dead, right? Win that gunfight, win the round, find a little way to close the bleeding, because first 2 rounds were so toxic, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what happened. Everything started great for Storm, and then it just kind of fell apart. Right here, you're starting to get a little bit more confidence. The bad thing is, my guy FaZe hasn't done anything. As a matter of fact, Yawn hasn't done anything either. The 2 players that I reached out to make sure that they, you know, perform to their absolute fullest are sitting on Donut State. I gotta shut my mouth when I get into these series, because Raph popping off right now. Kind of OP. 6 kills on board, leading the lobby, and a little bit of a conservative play here from Storm, because we are getting into the, midway through the attacking strat, and they just haven't found a lot of success making those direct pushes, either A or B. So they're looking for those picks, and those picks need to come. And FaZe needs to step up here, and whoever else is sniping. I think it was Losty. No, it wasn't Losty. Who else was sniping? Maybe just someone picked up a sniper. It was just FaZe who's sniping. So it's tough. Raph does what he does best. Picks up that first blood. Takes down T-Bag. He's always on that B site. You see the focus here for the side of Yo Mama. They got a 4-player push up, 2 players deep. One drops, Rabalo's down, but Solo looking for the refrag. Not going to be there to get it. 30 seconds left on the clock. You're kind of in a time pinch now. The smoke comes through. Bomb's going to get planted either way, and Jan actually finds his first blood in space. That's a massive trade.
Well, definitely a needed one, but it's going to be Yawn picking up a kill onto Solar. That leaves Forsaken left alone in a 1 versus 3. And I just don't see it happening. I mean, it's possible. Is this Forsaken we're talking about? He is a repeat Mobile Mayhem MVP. And, man, I don't know what to tell you. Well, we got 25 seconds on the clock. Misses the shot onto FaZe. FaZe, luckily for Forsaken, misses his shot as well. Picking up the Type 25 here, but with time ticking away, multiple players pushing him, Forsaken just not gonna be able to find anything there.
Yep, Jan finds 2 that round. Absolutely massive. But FaZe still sitting on that fat donut, bro. I'm not going to keep picking at him. I'm going to let to see how the rounds progress. But right now, it just doesn't look like he's the same. He doesn't look like that same confident FaZe that we've seen in games past. He's kind of playing passive. He's looking to get some shots here on the first A long side. But Solar is right there. Do you see the 3 players left remaining? They are going to fall back so quickly. They do not want to contest that angle. I don't blame him, but at the same time, you've tied things up. Get a little spicy here. Take a little risk. Maybe you'll reap a little bit of a reward. You got to believe in those shots. Rabalo believes in his. He's fine, John, and Rabalo might be able to find FaZe here too. The movement on point, but T-Bag on the flank. That is going to be Nerdy left in a 1v5 day. This is not looking any better than it started.
Well, Nerdy, last alive for the team. He's kind of pinched as they know right where he's at. Peeks the corner right into the scope of Solar, who's going to move things up into a 3-2 lead for the side of Yo Mama. We're switching sides, and that is going to give an opportunity for Yo Mama to play on the offense here and have a little bit more dictation of the flow of the game. As you can see, they are full sending A with the exception of Space, who's trying to cover up mid for the team, and just like that, doesn't see anybody. He's starting to push on over and try to help cover the team. Losty going to find one onto Solar. Space is getting pushed from underneath. I don't think he hears Yawn coming. This is going to be a free kill for Yawn. Just like that, a good push for the side of Yo Mama. Looks a little bit more scuffed as we're looking at a 3 versus 3. The bomb plant does come through, but Yawn, one of those players you were mentioning at the beginning, is able to pick up an extra kill there. Nerdy finds 1. Taking down D'Annabella. Forsaken, last alive. COD timing, looks away from the door that Yawn is pushing through. A little bit of body shots coming through. And that's going to be tie up 3-3 for the side of Storm.
All right, well, here we are. 3-3. Solid round. FaZe still yet to pick up a kill. Still need to see something from him, dude. Is not playing the same way that he's, known for. As a matter of fact, kind of like a skittish dog, I'm going to be honest with you. He hasn't really bold challenged, and anytime he has, he's gotten dropped. So maybe not used to that kind of adversity here as we're getting into the next round of the defense for the side of Storm, and a little bit more of a conservative approach. But nothing is conservative about T-Bag's position. This guy is dead to rights on 10 different levels if Storm played their cards right. Right now, Solar actually going to be able to find the first blood. B-side push comes through. Space lead the pack there. Raph looking for some blood. He's going to find it. Finds one. Losty able to get the finish on T-Bag as well. Rabalo comes through with some heat. He is one shot. You lose your top frag. Now it's a 3v2. Still a lot of hope, but I'm going to need to see a collective push here through this container site and just wait, for something to happen on the back end, because right now they're not backing down. The side of Rabalo and Gotaken, their ego challenges bomb plant. They're going to go ahead and stick it. This is such a bold play. Tell me you know what you're doing without telling me you know what you're doing. Gets the bomb plant down, and now you just force the hand of your opponent. But guess what? Yon on the backside prowl is going to be taken down, but does find one. There's only one left to deal with. That's Rapallo. FaZe, you had him dead. What happened, homie?
Oh, still got him dead.
The shots. Yeah, well, you know what? It took Losty to take his attention from the find his first kill. I guess you can take it where you can get it, right?
Lost that round, but it's not over yet.
Yeah, it seems to be the case, and right now we actually have a Storm lead, and you know, we were talking before this series verdict about this potentially being one of the better matches here tonight. They had a good showing in the hardpoint. Definitely had a good showing. It wasn't the biggest blowout we've ever seen, but it was a sizable lead coming through for Yo Mama there. Oh my God, Space. 2 people. The second they hit that corner, Space gives him a crew cut, and that's going to be 2 to open up. Now 5 versus 3, the bomb plant comes through. You can see Nerdy is pushing on up. He's got 2 players that push right up and into him. How do you guys let Nerdy win that 2v1? Oh my God.
Get turned on, nerds. 30 seconds left. 2v3 is going to have to be strong. Teabag just running rampant right now. Madman going wild. He's going to continue to hold the armory push. Not going to come through. Raph on the flank looking for Goat. Man, no, that's a sheep. That's not a goat. What's the goat sound like? I don't know. We'll hear how the gunshots come through for him. Space on the backside. Oh my God, the P90 beans. Sure enough, he finds one, then he finds his death. We're all tied up. 4-4. I'll stop making sheep animal sounds later, but I hope you guys enjoyed it while I could.
Maybe I can YouTube what sound a goat makes and play it every time Verdict talks.
Yeah, I think it is like, I don't know how to look at it, you know? Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Farmers know. Dave,
Listen,
you don't know because you don't know.
I've never had goats, to be honest. Actually, that's not true. My mom has goats, but I can't.
You're meaning to tell me I've never had goats before in my life. I've worked on a farm, but majority was like building barns and whatnot.
Yeah, I grew up on a farm too. It was mostly cows, horses, pigs, chickens.
Yeah.
But you know who didn't grow up on a farm? Nerdy. And Nerdy clutching up around. Yeah, I don't know what that transition was. We're trying to get away from the farm animals. I don't know, dude. That was pretty cringe.
Hey, look. Welcome to the Verdict Live. It feels kind of good, does it? Just saying what you
feel.
No.
What we do have though is Storm possibly taking a win over one of the stronger search and destroy teams in North America. We saw them take down. Whoa, that was weird. All right, well, we are teleporting with D'Annabella here. See that Yo Mama is playing a little bit slower here.
I mean, we're on match point right now. Storm
right?
has built up a bit of the defense, and you know, they're kind of taking Yo Mama to the cleaners right now. 5-4. Solar finds first blood though. Nobody there for the refrag. That's tough, dude. You can't hold that angle by yourself, Losty. You know, all hope is abandoned on that A site. We're possibly banking on a B push. Because guess what? There's a lot of energy there.
Well, FaZe able to get a refrag onto Solar there, but Teabag does get one onto Raph. The 2-1 advantage goes in favor of Yo Mama, who would be looking to make the comeback to try to close things out in 2-0 fashion, pick themselves up 20 points. And right now, they're technically in first. They've got at least 5 points over Zygnus. Zygnus's win earlier tied them up for first place at 115. So no matter what, we get 120 here for the side of Yo Mama. Oh no, don't tell me the thing's lagging again. Oh no. Okay, just looks like it did for a second. FaZe picks up a clean kill onto Space. Now looking at a 3 versus 2.
Oh my God.
2v2 is FaZe laces Annabella there. D'Annabella, aka Teabag. Now 2v2, bomb, 20 seconds on the clock. Verdict, what you think?
I'm going to need to see a little bit more. I mean, we're getting a little bit of a glimpse of FaZe clutching. It needs to be a little more on point. Rapallo, oh, he had his head dead to rights, and we're talking about giving crew cuts. That could have been a fade right there real quick, but Rapallo with the 2-piece. We're going to a round 11. Second time tonight, day. This is a game 3 berth. It's going to have to come through for Storm. Yo Mama already have one under their belt. Can't you take another and make it a 2-0 sweep? Oh, man. Space is at a nasty little spot right here. Almost gets one. Oh, that's Phasey. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Phasey. I was thinking I was looking at Space. I was like, man, those wall bangs were on point. But sure enough, it's Phasey with 4. Found 3 last round. Maybe he's got his groove back.
Well, Jan taking a couple shots onto Rabalo there. Pretty difficult angle to hit, but at least get some information of one being in trailer. Now, round 11, we switch sides once again. It's Storm offense. And they close things out against Yo Mama. I would call this a upset as far as search and destroy goes. We obviously, again, have seen Storm get better and better each week. But Yo Mama is, again, that top team, that #1 team in all of North America right now, as far as the standings go. Just, we'll have to see. Can Storm push us to that game 3? Can they take a game off Yo Mama? A lot of pressure for Storm right now.
It is, man. You can literally cut the tension with a knife. You can see it. The nade comes through. The smoke comes through mid. Space is bottom sandbags, looking for something to do trailer. There's nobody home, though, so...
Oh, well...
Solar, I'm telling you, dude, Solar is shutting down this A long area. Raph just doing what he does best, finding the refrag on Teabag, takes him out. The trades have came through, but the favor is in the advantage of Yo Mama now. Raph and Phasey need to be clutch here. This is tough. Phasey's pushed. He's quartered. Oh my God, Rabalo turned absolutely on Raph, and then he just absolutely beams Phasey. We're looking at a game 3. No, sir. Not tonight. Gonna be a short 2-0 victory there. And a round 11 for the side of Yo Mama. Handing out haircuts, guys. Come get your nice crew cuts, your deep fades, your edge ups. My guys, they're cracked. They're just a better search and destroy team. Tonight, it went to a round 11. Doesn't matter though. We've said it multiple times today. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or if you win by a mile, right?
Correct. Doesn't matter if you 4v5 and get 248 points on the board. Yeah, if you don't get that 250 in hard point, then you aren't the winner. You learned that in Europe. Too soon? Is it too soon?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay. Well.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Well.
Vibe check. Is everyone still alive? Are we good?
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, just one of those days, man. We're here for it though. We're here for it. Yo Mama takes Storm from behind and picks up the 2-0 victory. Look at the kills across the board. Actually pretty even. And you know, that kind of goes into why we ended up being in a round 11 scenario there. Got 11 for Rabalo and for Raph. Did have 11 for Solar. And the next top on the side of Storm is 9. Starts dropping down for side of Yo Mama from there with 7 at Space, 7 for Teabag, 6 for Forsaken. At the opposition, you've got Nerdy with 8, Losty with 6, and Phasey. You know, we call Blur the great value tectonic, right? I feel like Phasey is the no brand Blur, okay?
If you don't know what no brand is, or is it no name brand?
Is that what
is that who said it the other day? Image said it. He said, you know what, the Walmart version of like the Canadian version of the Walmart brand great value. He said it was a no name brand. So I think you might have hit on something there. I don't think Phasey's Canadian, but we could definitely go with the no name brand for sure.
Well,
if good night. Who's a Canadian that we know that could verify that? D-Hitman, but D-Hitman's not in your chat.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Vague's Canadian. Aerith's Canadian. They're probably here.
Vague said him and Bolo were in the shower earlier, so I don't know if they're ready for.
Oh yeah, they might be distracted. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the 2-0 victory comes through for Yo Mama. Pick themselves up 20 points. In fact, actually, no. Let's jump on into the standings because Tectonic, the real Tectonic, not that great value, not that no name, the real Tectonic already has that updated for us. Absolute GOAT coming through.
Yeah, GoTonic.
Being the best COD mobile player wasn't good enough. He's also got to come through and be the best admin. And we've got a Yo Mama 135 lead in first place. Big cushion. And we were talking a little bit at the beginning of the stream on how important the number 1 and the number 2 spots are, and then the number 6 spot are your 3 key spots to look at right here, right? Yomama and Zygnus, right now, they've got themselves in a good position to potentially get a bye in the quarterfinals of the playoffs week. You got Storm, luckily maintaining their edge over 11T, 65-60 there, just barely keeping their spot. We'll have to see in the coming weeks. That's going to change. Your number 3, number 4, number 5 spot, I mean, honestly, nobody cares. I mean, it doesn't matter what order. It doesn't matter if Seminole come through in that number 3 spot and Goofy Goobers bump down to 4.
If it ain't 1 or 2, you're not comfortable.
1, 2, and 6. That's all. If you're 3rd, 4th, 5th, bro, we don't even care about you. You're here. You're here. But we are going to take a short break real quick. Verdict. You excited for our next matchup?
Yeah, I guess. I'm here.
Seminole for Status Quo.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Bolu versus Meralto.
Yeah, rep the set.
Rep the set. Hell yeah. All right. We're going to take a quick break, guys. We will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Verdict, that is terrifying. That's like nightmare fuel over there. Normally so beautiful, and then you're like Pinhead over here or something. I don't know.
Who cares?
It's weird.
We're having fun with it.
Yeah, we're having fun with it. You know
Blue
who
eyes.
else is about to have fun? Seminole, probably about to have fun. Absolutely manhandling status quo. We'll see. We'll see. We did see some life out of status quo on Tuesday, but
I'm gonna need you to put some respect on that status quo name, my guy. And I'm gonna need you to tone it down a bit, dial it back a bit, bro. You are overstepping the boundary here. Show some respect, man. We got a legend. We got a few legends in the building, man. This status quo team, they're kind of fresh. They're kind of new. You know, Moralto, definitely one of those anchor players. Definitely one of the, wallbang kings back in the day. You know, obviously, we've seen a few more snipers step up, but, you know, his name holds some weight. So does King A. You know, looking at a PUBG mobile pro, and I heard him flex in chat. He's pro in 2 other mobile games too. So, I mean, it only takes him a little bit to get used and adjusted, right? Maybe, throw him in the deep end is the best case scenario. Who they lose to Tuesday?
Goofy Goobers. But they actually made it to game 3.
Yeah, but was that a solo plus? Goofy
Yeah,
Goobers,
it was the first day of solo Goofy Goobers, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. If that was your first day and you're going to a game 3, what's going on there?
Well, we will see. Seminole have obviously been on an absolute tear ever since they got thrashed by Goofy Goobers and Yo Mama.
Yeah.
And, well, I don't think I've really seen them. I don't know if they've dropped a game since then. Actually, you know what? They did to Zygnus on Tuesday. But other than that, I mean, they've been 3-0 on Sundays. They've been 2-0 on a lot of the days here in at Mobile Mayhem as well. And, they're up against a team that has some new blood, has some old blood, but more importantly is a team that just kind of got together a week ago. So
I'm not impressed with Seminole. Don't keep trying to hype them up, dude.
Dang, not impressed with Seminole.
I'm not impressed.
Bro, you've got stage 5 champions over here on the side of Seminole. Marshy, you got Bolu, you've got Vague, the self-proclaimed best player in North America. You've got Jez. You got Jez, the actual best player in North America. and then you've got Slothy. So, this is a stacked team that has been playing together for a long time. Honestly, probably the only reason they didn't play together through the last competitive year is because of the rules. Yeah, exactly. The age and the rules. This would have been the team if it had been allowed. So, they've got synergy under their belt. They're going up against a newly formed status quo lineup with Moralto, Hell, Will, Kinge, and Cartels today. Thank God there is... never mind, I'm not even going to go there. I already roasted Moralto for that hard enough on Tuesday. I'm still disappointed, Moralto. If you can hear me in chat right now, I'm just so mega tilted. But
yo, Day, you are hormonal, my guy. I'm gonna need you to calm down. Like, let Moralto live. He made a poor decision.
Once, and now he's making it again.
Let him live it out, okay? Let him live it out. Right now, we're looking at a best of 3. Seminole versus status quo. Hack the Yard Hardpoint is where we're gonna start the match off at S&D Raid for game number 2. And if by some form of a miracle we see a game 3, it's gonna be on the backs of a Dom Summit. So. S&D Crossfire was banned by Seminole. Status Quo opted to ban Hardpoint Crossfire. That's off the table altogether. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hack right into Hack the Yard. So, Hack the Yard Hardpoint is where we're going to start things off. And Days called it. He said it's going to be a 2-0, and it's not even close. Who's going to step up and pick up the weight and tell Day to shut the hell up?
Well, we'll see. Chat's finally catching up to me, Roast and Vague. I hope you guys agree. I do hope you guys agree in chat. Jez has been showing up, showing out. Kids cracked. Top frags in Search and Destroy. Top frags. Domination. Hardpoint. It don't matter. Honestly, one of the most consistent players in North America so far. I don't care what anybody says.
Who?
Jez.
Oh, facts. I mean, if he's not top fragging, he's probably not in the lobby.
Well, King gonna win a big gunfight with Slothy there, now starting to get pushed on up. Obviously, King, a player that comes from a couple different shooter titles. So you know the mechanics are there, and you know might just be getting used to the meta and shifting on over to maybe some of the maps. But you know he's a long-time shooter player, right? He probably knows these maps inside and out from past titles and also just playing COD Mobile here and there around the past couple years. It is going to be Seminole, however, with about a 20-point lead, but a break does come through for the side of Status Quo, if even only for temporary. They do have spawns for P2, though. That's big for the side of Status Quo here.
Yep, King going to be able to pick up a nice 2-piece through mid. Is finally going to be shut down as Bolu able to pick up the trade, and now you can see the spawns kind of getting a bit wonky. The gunfight's not necessarily on point. Slothy going to be taken down. Jez gets the revenge, and, you know, P2 has yet to start. We've already seen a bloody bath right outside of the spawn site that is not held down primarily for the side of Status Quo. They are going to have the advantage of having 2 players on the hill, but not a lot of reinforcements. King, hey, bro, the shots from halfway across the map, he's going to find 2 there. Finally gets taken down, but the break is right here for Slothy. He's looking for the trades up top. Shots are going to come through. He is going to get manhandled. Jez, the player that you claim to be the best player in NA, puts the smackdown here on the top side of Tire Shop. Peralta wants some beef. He gets it, but is actually going to be taken down. So P2 going to go down as about a 21-point win for Status Quo, but in the grand scheme of things, they're going to be down by at least 50 going into this transition over to P3, which is wide open and definitely not a value hill.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Jez play on Vegas ping. Yep.
Good talk. Yeah, I mean,
hey,
yeah.
Listen, if you've never tuned into Vegas stream chat,
He's 4 ping. We know, we can.
4 and he's lagging. Okay, let's be real here. Let's be real. But well, Jez coming through with another big kill there and hopping on over to the gunfight with Marshy. That's going to be Cartels actually picking that one up and trying to make that break on over. You can see Will pushing on, maybe able to pick up one onto Jez here. Jez going to win that one, and is going to result in Bolu pushing onto point, but pretty much immediately gets fragged out. Now Meralto can walk right into the danger zone, hops right onto Marshy's grenade there. Marshy picks up a 2-piece in the feed, and Seminole continue to extend their lead. They've crossed into triple digits, about 3 times the score of their opponents. Slothy just got a prizefighter skill. Good on you.
Yeah, good on you, homie. Right now, P3's coming down to the last few seconds, and about 12 seconds before we rotate into this bottom side of green. Vague is on a burner right now and is just absolutely violating. He's 5 deep. He's a quarter of a way to a nuke, as Blur would say, and he is definitely streaking. You see the shots coming through. Gets 1, looking for that second. Is going to find that one and single-handedly shutting down the bottom side of green. P4 is looking no different than P1 and P2 for the side of Seminole, and it is Status Quo are going to find themselves on the outskirts looking in, and it is not looking good so far. 40 points to 130 and counting for the side of Seminole. It is a I mean, it's not a great game to start off with, and as we progress, it's not getting any better.
Well, Jez coming through with the Annihilator. I think he picked up 4 with it there, and now he's got a pred for himself. Going to take down King with that one. 17 on the board for Jez, 6 deaths, 20 for Vague, 8 deaths. And got Slothy at 13. Bolu and Marshy struggling to get into double digits. So look over at the opposition. Bro, King top fragging for the team on the side of Status Quo. What's going on here? My goodness.
Yep. Right now, top fragging is certainly not on his mind. Is you know, when you're top fragging a game where you're getting kind of plowed, it's difficult to you know, difficult to kind of even realize. Slothy's going to spawn right in front of him. Is going to be able to get him taken down. And to my understanding, they're all in Texas right now, so they all have the same ping. And who does it better? Is it Vague or is it Jez? Right now, Jez probably has the better KD. But the hill time, no different. It's exactly like when he's in Hawaii, right? He just 10 seconds on the hill, 14 seconds on the hill. It's always those smaller numbers. I don't know what it is. Jez is 100% 100%, 150% allergic to the objective.
Are they all in Texas? Like literally all 5 of them?
I don't know. Are they?
Well, I know last season Tribe had a handful of like boot camp meetups that Childs didn't go to. He did go to stage 5 with them. But I didn't know if maybe that was something going on here too. I know I heard about like a router issue in their Airbnb or something like that. But I didn't know if everybody's there. So I was hoping maybe someone knew. Maybe the admins know, they'll let us know. But Seminole right now absolutely dominating the opposition. Crossing the 230 mark. Marshy pulls out the Sparrow. Does actually die at a good time with it though. So it wasn't all the way pulled out, which means it'll be charged back up for him in just a moment. But I'm not even sure it's going to matter. We crossed the 240 mark. There's plenty of time on this hill for them to come through with the win. Will, however, is going to come through, makes the break. Jez from the 46. Going to get dropped by Will, and with 7 points to go, Status Quo find themselves onto the hill. But, bro, how long can you hang on at this point against Seminole?
You know what? It's a thread that you're hanging on right now, and, you know, as long as the sights for P2 are going to be held here, anchored down the spawns, I don't see Seminole not closing this game out in a 250 to 69 fashion. Yep, that's going to be the...
Nice.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure that was proper, and they held that all of P1 reset. So Vay gonna pull out the lightning strike. Finally gets taken down. He was or that Jez gets taken down. Vay pulls out a lightning strike. Jez gets taken down. 250 to 69. It was a blowout, but hey, at least you reached that 69 marker, right?
All right, Chad is saying that all 5 are in Texas, so that's pretty big. Everybody on the same ping, and would like to point out that Slothy did do pretty well that game. Came through at 27. Vague, only 25. Who else but Jez? Top fragging here for Seminole. 30 kills on board. Look over at the opposition, bro. Not a single player hit 20. And yo, Bolu, Marshy, what is going on here? 11 and 10? I mean, are you just...
They're content with allowing the young bucks to
That's what I was
run
about to say.
They're very content with that. I can't blame them. You got a pack of wild wolves on your team. You let them run rampant. Just let them clear the map, and you sit back at the LBJ, and you don't complain. 11 and 13, I will take that in a 250 to 69 win. When you have a minute and 37 on the hill. 10 and 15 for Marshy, the freak. He's the OBJ freak, though, so, we'll dig it. Marshy picking up 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Not quite over that 3-minute marker, so maybe I should give him hell, because I did see someone in EU have 3 minutes and 29 seconds this past Tuesday. That is just miraculous. I've never seen anybody have 3 minutes plus like that. That's just ungodly.
All right. Well, Seminole take game 1. And, it was not even close. I didn't even go through and calculate how many more kills we had for the side of Seminole. It's just not even worth it. That was a dominating victory coming through for Sem there. And, honestly, I feel like the only reason we had Jez only get 30, Slothy only get 27, and Vega only get 25 is because the game was over too quick. That is just the reality here, but we are going to be gearing up for our next game of this match. We're going to be moving on into a search and destroy on Raid Verdict. This is one of those maps that the snipers can really excel. And largely for the side of Seminole, that's been Bolu trying to fill in that sniper position. We've seen him not be very good sniping for a season. We've seen him be much better sniping for a season and really get good towards the end of last season. And then absolutely came into the scene this season and has been pretty on point with it. So pretty nice to be able to see that progression come through for Bolu. And, that definitely gives Status Quo. They've got Meralto on the team. That's an incredible sniper talent. And I think that's a good measure of just how far Bolu's come and just, if Meralto's still got it in him.
We'll have to see now as you guys are wondering why we didn't do listen-ins with the side of Seminole. Well, because they're having a router issue at their Airbnb. So we didn't intentionally not jump in just because we didn't want to. We kind of didn't have a choice. And
yeah.
Let's be honest. If we did a listen-in for Status Quo at the beginning, it would have probably been all right. But there's no way we're jumping in after P1, P2. And then after that, the game just you know, progressed even worse and worse. So, game 2 going to be the deciding factor. Will Status Quo pick up a match or a game of this match? Definitely going to need to be coming here. So we'll see how it pans out now. Yeah, dude, you sound like a robot on our end. I don't know if stream heard it, but you sounded like
no idea, dude. I'm gonna chalk it up to the ice storm. Okay, that's the only thing I've got going. I ran a speed test before that last game. I'm pulling 900 down and 85 up. I don't know why my internet's freaking out with numbers like that, but it's apparently freaking out. So we're doing our best here. Hopefully we'll get into our search and destroy here shortly. We are just waiting on Cartels to get his crap together, and we'll get you guys in the game. And it does look like we have the one and only XCal subbing in for the side of Status Quo.
All right, we'll see how it pans out now. Is going to be the sub in. Is it going to make a difference? We'll see how it pans out now. Search and destroy raid obviously going to be the deciding factor. As I mentioned just a minute ago, we're waiting for everything to square up. Looks like we got 5 green check marks across the bottom. And 4 green check marks across the top. Cartel's the last one already up. So, what were you going to say earlier when you were like, Cartels is the 5th? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You were talking about XCal, and here he is right here. So, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I've already, listen, I've already made myself clear on this multiple times, okay? I am super disappointed in Meralto, and, you know, he did come through and said, you know, I didn't have a choice. It was either don't play or play with XCal, and he chose to play with XCal. Well, only if you get to the point where you get shot in the foot again, yeah, nobody to blame but yourself, Meralto.
Yo, is that a Raballo clickbait notification? Raballo gets shot in the foot again. Help, he needs you to come assist him. Make sure you come check. I'm kidding. Raballo be going like ham with those live noties. Ridiculous. All right, we're ready to rock and roll. Game 2. Seminole obviously have the advantage. They have a 1-0 lead in the series, and sure enough, we're just waiting for that 5th player. Go ahead and spam that start button. Let's rock and roll, baby. Come on. Oh, just waiting on screenshots. Per normal.
Waiting on screenshots. Heck yeah.
There we go. Go, 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 go.
And Slothy on readies. There we go. All right, well, we're getting on into our search and destroy. It is Raid. We've got the likes of Seminole up against the newly formed Status Quo. This team was actually able to take the Goofy Goobers to a Game 3 on Tuesday. Can they do the same here, chat? That is the big question.
Defend the objectives. They have the bomb.
Things starting out. Bolu has the bomb for the side of Seminole. See XCal. Taking shots mid. Wasn't able to find anything through that wall. Peeked pool. Sees nobody's rotating.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, Jez absolutely cracked. Slothy, Vague, each finding a kill as well. It's now Cartels and Will left alone. Jez finds the better of Cartels there. Will gonna take down Slothy. First kill on the board for the side of Status Quo. Interesting. Bomb planted. 40 seconds on the board. Will, you can feel the hesitation. Takes 2 steps up the stairs.
The slow
gets
peek
domed.
is never it. Yeah, the slow peek is never it, bro. That's a tough one to make. And when you've got Bolu, who pretty much had you dead to rights on that slow peek, peek of the angle, it's probably, right that he hesitated. Nonetheless, it didn't change the outcome. Now we're going to see a pull side push. 5 players push. Looks like 4 going through mid. This is man, if a nade came through right here, it'd be devastating. Not going to happen, though. XCal finds one before he drops to his fate and takes down Vague. So a big kill coming through for him. I'll take the 1-for-1 now, as the odds are still stacked against the side of Status Quo. Vague rounds the quarter, finds 2. Cartels, Wills. We'll see you next round, homie. Hell and Meralto. Left in a 2v3. Bomb going down. Bolu making sure it does. And now we're going to see that clock reduce. 44 seconds. Slothy taking some teen shots. My God, Meralto gets bodied at Hell. Nowhere in sight to get the refrag. That is... okay.
Contact with enemy. Enemy in sight.
All right, well, Hell pinned down by Slothy and Vague. They have their way with him. And that's going to be the 2-0 lead coming through for the side of Seminole. Pretty uncontested so far in this search and destroy, but we're only 2 rounds in. Anything could still happen.
Objectives. They have the bomb.
Off to a round 3 here. Does look like trying to push B this time around. Nobody going mid. We do have Hell getting dropped. And Seminole just absolutely storming rings here. Likely getting a free plant. You can see Meralto taking a shot, trying to clip the edge there. Not quite able to find the shot to connect. Looking for Vague to peek. Marshy going to take down Will. It's now a 5v3 with the bomb planted for Seminole. Surely they're going to win this one as well.
I mean, it's very possible. 3v5 retake, not likely. Excal actually going to be one shot. He's going to get pushed from both angles. That's going to be Jez. Bro, Jez be cutting people with that PPSH like a warm butter knife cutting butter. It's just crisp. Seeing him pull that gun off is certainly very unique. You don't see very often, you know, that gun be used in competitive play. See him use it. He does it probably the best out of anybody I have attempt to use that gun. And it has a massive kick in the recoil, and if you can manage it, the damage is very rewarding. So maybe we'll start seeing the PPSH a lot more when gun bans come through, because I'm expecting, as you said, M13 may be an option for a gun ban, but also I'm expecting the Kilo a handful of times. So, oh, this is tough, man. This is just round after round pounding. Just, it's tough. Hell finally finds footing, gets one Will, able to find his third. The environmental, as Day calls it, finds Jez. Even with 3 players on, you know, alive, 1 player disadvantage for status quo, or 1 player disadvantage for Seminole, I still got to roll with him here. Bolu finds a way to even things up. Now we got the bomb planted to go along with it. 3v3. Can the defense of this bomb be held by Seminole, or will status quo be able to find their first round?
Well, we'll see. Cartels definitely saw Slothy playing the head glitch here on rings. Marshy able to take down Excal. Now Cartel's starting to push up. We do have actually Will pushing left. Going to find one onto Marshy. Now looking for a Slothy, but Bolu's there for the refrag. It's now a 1v1. Bolu pushing on up. Oh, what a shot taking down Cartels. And like I said, this dude has absolutely stepped up his performance in the search and destroy game, specifically with the sniper in hand. And, well, looking good right now.
Yeah. The shot was crisp, but I don't know who gets the you know, the praise here. Was it Bolu for lining up the perfect shot, or was it whoever planted that bomb? Because, bro, you could see the hesitation. The bomb could have came through to fuse, and Bolu could have been nowhere in sight, but the way it was placed, just absolutely on point. Slothy gonna find one. Meralto finally gonna get on board. Finds his first. Oh my goodness, Excal, or that was Cartels. Takes a dome shot from Bolu, but somehow able to manage to live. I guess the movement was just, you know, going uphill. You had to change the, you know, adjustment on the shot. Just wasn't there. So, shot does come through. We're also now going to be left in a 1v3. Bolu holding the bomb head glitch. Certainly not going to be able to make the push through the full bar front. So, he's going to take damage from both angles. Vague going to get credit for the kill. And that's going to be 5-0. Just perfection so far from Seminole.
All right, well, 5-0 for Seminole, looking to close things out in a swift 2-0. Obviously, we mentioned status quo was able to take Goofy Goobers to a game 3 on Tuesday. But Seminole, again, ever since their loss against Goofy Goobers and then Yo Mama, they have not wanted to give anything up. And you can see they're coming through with an incredible performance here. Meralto, Hell, and Will left alone in a 3 versus 5 in their first round of the offense. Marshy making short work of Hell. Now it's Meralto and Will left alone, getting pushed. Meralto finds one. Meralto is looking for 2, but gets rotated on by Slothy. And, well, Bolu going to get taken down. Will left alone here. 1v3, definitely possible, but how possible? Oh, Marshy. Not someone we see snipe very often. It comes through with the final kill. 6-0 win coming through for the side of Seminole after a very dominant 250-69 win in the hard point. They close things out in a 2-0 fashion. What a performance by Seminole here today.
You know, you got to sub jazz these guys up, bro. They know they're good. Okay, we get it. You got to gas them up even further. I mean, we've seen better series today. Obviously, Status Quo making a later entry this season, and they are in the ringers, my guy. They are in the blender of all blenders for COD Mobile. You telling me you start the series off or start your season off by facing off against Goofy Goobers, and then your second matchup is against Seminole? This is tough, man. This could literally break players right now. The fact that they are performing, they put up a few points in the hard point. Obviously, they still got a lot to work on, but we're still early in how they progress. So we'll keep an eye and see how they, continue on if they do continue on. Right now, we're looking at a 2-0 Seminole. Well, you know what? Nobody cares, okay? They picked up their 20 points. That's good for them. They're definitely a solid team. We get it. We've seen them run in a rampant. These guys are beasts. Who is going to contest, though?
Yeah, that is definitely the question. As coming through, kills absolutely stacked up on the side of Seminole. 9 for Vague, 8 for Slothy, 6 for Bolu, 4 for Marshy, 3 for Jez. You look over at the opposition, and Will came through with a strong performance at 6, but Bro drops down to 2 with Meralto and Cartels, and 1 apiece for XCal and Hell. And with numbers put up like that on the board, it's no shock there. Hopefully we'll see Status Quo bounce back and have a better performance next week. Been a big fan of Meralto for a long time. We may not be on talking terms right now, but I still wish nothing but the best for Meralto. That's going to close out our games for today. In Verdict, I think we had some really good ones. We had some landslides, but overall, I think it was a good day for Mobile Mayhem. Had some really good games in Europe too, actually. I mean, after Tuesday, what was it, Tuesday? Or was that last Thursday we had all the forfeits in the 4v5s?
That was Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday. Man,
yeah, it was a tough day.
It was crippled for a minute there.
They were down bad, bro. I was down bad. I was kind of like in shambles after last week. This week, it was a hell of a week. Tuesday was solid. Today was solid. I mean, I can't, think of any other, way to bounce back other than having 4 straight series in a row where everything was semi or at least very competitive for the most part.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and throw up all results of the day for anybody who maybe joined us late. Had Goofy Goobers come through with the 2-0 victory over 11T Zygnus. The 2-0 victory over Midnight Gaming. However, I do got to say that Search and Destroy was kind of fire for Midnight Gaming, bouncing back after a really not great hard point. Hopefully they kept the positivity up in that Search and Destroy, and that's one of the reasons they were able to turn things around. But overall, great game for Midnight. Definitely showed some improvement. Went into Storm versus Yo Mama. And if you guys missed that series, that one was probably our best series of the day, in my opinion. The hard point was really solid. I think it came down to, a 250 to 182, so by no means a blowout. And then went all the way to around 11 in Search and Destroy. So really, really fun match there. If you guys missed it, go back and check it out. And obviously, if you're here now, you probably caught the Seminole versus Status Quo match. Honest, just blowout for Seminole. Status Quo did not really stand much of a chance. And, unfortunately, with where they're at in the season, I don't think there's even a possibility for Status Quo to make a playoff run. But, maybe King A back in the CoDM scene will improve throughout time until next season. And maybe they'll come back as a team next season and continue. And, maybe we'll see them come through with some upsets on some of these other teams in the coming weeks. But our standings are all updated. Pretty similar to how we started off. The one big one is going to be Seminole, jumping up from the number 5 spot to the number 3 spot. And that does bump the 2-way tie for 4th and 5th out of that 3-4 spot. So Seminole, now within 15 points of Zygnus, could be looking to work their way into a top 2 position, maybe get themselves that bye in the quarterfinals. We'll have to see. I think that's about it for us tonight, though. Verdict, do you have anything you want to say before we clock on out of here?
Yeah, I'm clocked out, bro.
Clocked out already.
Yeah, later, homies.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming by. Huge shout out to the teams. Big shout out to all the people that came through with the raids today. Big shout out to our admin team, who are just working harder than ever here in North America. And, the biggest shout out definitely has to go to all of the viewers for coming by. Thank you guys so much. Your viewership is what makes all of this possible. And we will see you next time. We've got a quick word from COD Mobile on the way out. And then we'll get you guys geared up for a raid.
Yeah, we're going to be raiding Raider. GG's, homies.
Alrighty.